Are we up?
We're up, dude. The lights are on. We're
Lights
up.
are on. We're
I don't know
live.
where everyone is, though.
Yeah.
Everyone's just dicking around doing their own thing.
I was
guess.
noticing that.
What was that?
I was noticing that.
Uh,
Hi, what's up, pre-show? That's right. Everybody else is failing you, but I, your one true hope, appear.
what the fuck? I'm here too.
Save the day.
asshole.
What's that?
I said I'm here too.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Who are you? The guy that controls the mics. That's who. Yeah, I know.
Dude, I push the button and you go quiet.
Yeah, that's how it works. You know what? This doesn't go quiet. That's right.
Twin guns.
That's right. Sit on that and spin. There we go. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Kind of Funny Gamescast pre-show. I am the only one in the room right now, except for Kevin, who also counts. So let's see. Hey, Kevin, can you get Kevin to Google Ukiyo-e Heroes and click... No, let's not. I don't know what that is. I mean, you can check it out, Kevin. I don't know if you're going to put this up or not. Why don't you find out what these incredible prints actually are? I'm sure Charles Jacobson would never lead us astray, but... Hi, Nicole. Yes, I do remember you. Thank you for the nice note on Twitter. I went back to reply to it, and then I couldn't find it anymore because I'm bad at the internet. So, but thank you. That was very kind of you to reach out last week. I appreciate it. Oh, wow. Those are awesome. Yeah, you're not kidding, Charles Jacobson. Wow. Those are freaking rad. Look at those. Look at that.
Mario.
Those are great. Oh, I want those in my house.
I am.
Oh, I don't have any money.
This one looks really exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 3 prints.
Yeah, they're beautiful, though. Truly beautiful prints. All right, we should probably get back to the chat so I can figure out what's going on with those folks.
Chill out, man.
What are you talking about? Chill out.
See, you're doing the opposite of chilling out right now.
No, I'm definitely not doing the opposite. Look at see. Greetings. Hi, everybody. First live Gamescast in a long time. Welcome back, Christian. Let's see. Oh, look at there. The best hair in the industry. Fran Mirabella. Fran, you're sitting in the host chair.
I guess we're live.
Yeah, we are live. We'll be live this whole time.
Not Gamescast. Hi, everyone.
Fran Mirabella turning things on their ear by sitting in the host chair. Look at this. This is
I just asked him.
It's
is
an
it this
insurrection.
Did you call me Tim?
No.
No.
Him.
Oh.
Which side do I...
Yeah, sit there.
Kevin's really paranoid.
Wait, this is the host chair.
That's the host chair.
No, it's not the host chair.
That is the host chair.
Whoever is the host is the host. Sit on the chair and it'll go down.
Kev, if you come in here, Greg's going to talk about you being in his chair.
No, he won't.
I agree, actually. I'm going to go on the other side.
Yeah,
no,
you should.
Don't. That's Greg's chair.
No, you should go on the other side. Greg sits in the host chair.
No, that's not. That's only for Games Daily.
I have seen Greg sit in this chair and host it. See? Look at that. Look at that. Shove it, Kevin.
Tim doesn't have a dedicated host.
What's going on, Daniel? How are you? What is up, Mr.
I take
Yes?
this chair. When Tim's not here, I take it.
I don't think so.
Which makes perfect sense. Host Kevin should go from left
I'm
to
cutting
right.
his mic. I cut his mic.
All
Camera.
right, look at that.
Greg, you with me on that?
I'm with you, big friend dog.
Greg, Kevin.
Is on the left side.
They can't hear him.
Kevin's gone mad with power today. He's been muting mics.
Was he ever
Get these chairs
not
right.
mad? That's the real question.
Oh, I'm furious.
I like that line from the Simpsons movie. It was like, "You've gone mad with power, sir." And it's like, "Of course I have. You ever gone mad without power? It's terrible. No one listens to you."
That siren is here.
That siren is here. That's what's going on. Hand slap. That's right. Thank you.
Let's see, and then...
Hand slap. You want a hand slap? Hand slap.
Hand
That's
slappers.
Right. There we are.
Can you move a little closer to Fran? And Fran, can you move a little bit?
I'm going to move closer to him. My chair is... I'm very particular.
All right, what do we got here?
Don't move closer. Move away from him.
Hey,
Give me an even frame. No, you didn't move.
I moved.
Like this?
No, that's the opposite.
You want me... I know. You want me here. Let's
Oh, look at it. We are all black shirts
Balance.
today. Look at this.
Balance, Greg.
Wow. Hey, I am feeling better. Thank you, Daniel. That's kind of you to say. I'm feeling much better.
this way.
I was not feeling too good.
How did everyone know that you weren't feeling good?
Because I whined about it on the internet and wanted pity. Because I'm a narcissist and I live and die by the approval of others.
That's cool.
Yeah.
These chairs
Yeah.
are hard
Why
to
do you think?
manage,
Why do you
man.
think I'm obsessive every time I screw up? I'm like, oh no, people aren't going to like me anymore.
They don't like you to begin with. You know?
That's a good point. All right, let's
I'm
see.
kidding. I'm joking. We all
Let's see. Can't wait to hear about some dope Tetris Effect, says Demetrius Newell.
There's an RDR2 companion app, says Tyler Wallace.
There is a companion app.
Have
Yeah.
you tried
know
it?
this?
Put the map
it's
up.
awesome.
Oh, wait, did I? Really?
Map up all the time.
Yeah. It's great if you have a giant iPad. Best
All right,
setup.
you want me to buy the brand new iPad? Is what you're saying?
Kebab says,
Or the
Jared,
old
what are
one.
your thoughts on the PS1 Classic? Is that one of
one's
today's
great.
topics? It's not one of today's topics, Kebab, so I guess I could probably comment on that
Go.
here. Yeah. Yeah, I love the idea of the PS1 Classic, and they picked all the wrong games to put on it. It's not nearly what it could be. It does not contain any particularly appealing special features celebrating the history of PlayStation. It's fine from what I've seen, but the library is abysmal compared to what they should have put together for the PlayStation has plenty of great games that are a lot of fun today, and they did not work very hard to put that list of games together and make that functional on this device.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bold words.
Yeah.
Bold words.
I
From
don't think it's that all that bold, really. I mean, are you very happy with the list?
No, I'm not very happy, but I'm also just like, I don't, whatever. All these systems, I'm always like, whatever.
It's
Good,
not
I'm
a-
glad you want them, have them small. You could have played these games a million other places.
Well, I'm not talking about nostalgia. Well, some of these you can. I mean, that's the other, but they're not all like Einhander. You still can't play anywhere. Like
That's because you just made that up. No one's ever heard of that game. You just made that up.
You know Einhander.
Oh, you mean Einhander?
Yeah, Einhander.
Oh, if you would have pronounced it correctly, I would have understood.
Einhander.
I actually don't know. The name sounds familiar, but I don't know.
It's
Is it German?
I mean, the word Einhander is German,
Alright,
but
now I don't like that there's a competition of who can say more German-like.
Yeah,
Fran clearly won.
Einhammer.
He's known pair longer.
yeah.
It's not fair.
It's by osmosis.
But no, there's just
Osmosis.
dig back through
That was
my
Russian, I think.
dig back through my Twitter. I made a list of games I thought would be perfect for this thing that are actually all still fun to play and historically relevant. IGN made a pretty good list too. I think I contributed
we
to
get
that
it.
one.
So
as
how
well.
many
Still pay
games
you,
are on the
Jesus.
PlayStation Classic?
20
or 30.
20, about
Okay.
3 of which you'd actually want to play. now.
Games. I'm gonna look at it right now. Hi, DJ Kento. What's up, man?
Patreon producer of the Game Over Greggy show. 5 items on Mobile Gamer Bullshit today?
7 today. 7
Okay.
today. Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah,
20 games.
but it'll be quick. Today's topic: mobile game or fingernail polish color.
Nice.
Yeah. So there we go.
But was the original question, were all these games worth it? Tekken 3, Siphon Filter,
No,
Resident
no.
Evil Director's
Siphon
Cut,
Filter is
Rayman, Metal Gear Solid, Final Fantasy 7, Grand Theft Auto. What? Are you kidding me? Those are great.
Some of those
Now,
are great.
Well, all the
Okay,
ones
Metal
I
Gear
named for the
Solid,
most part
great.
are
Damn right.
What else?
Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo as well.
okay.
Solid. Wild Arms, solid.
Oh, Wild Arms?
Yes, Wild
Anything
Arms,
past the whistling in Wild Arms can bite me.
Okay,
Wow.
you're more familiar than my memory is, apparently, with it. I liked Wild Arms.
Wild Arms was the
great.
game you played while you were waiting for better RPGs to come out.
Did you print out a doc, or is there a doc? Or
What was the game you brought up, though?
one for me?
It's
I'll
got
share it to you.
Oddworld as well.
Yeah, it's got Munch's Odyssey, not Abe's Odyssey.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is on the PlayStation blog. It's a misprint.
Oh, is it Abe's? Maybe I got it wrong.
It's Abe's
Maybe-
Odyssey.
It's
You
Abe's.
Oh,
got
I thought it was Munch's. Okay, now I'm wrong then.
You're
Now
already.
everything, throw it out. Jared doesn't even know what games are on it. Everybody, throw it out.
No, I thought it was Munch's on this one.
wrong again.
Wait, does
I
Japan?
have been really
Japan
wrong today.
has a different list.
Okay,
Is
maybe
what
that's what Munch's.
Charles
Konnichiwa.
Jacobson is saying,
No, that's racist. Don't do
or
it.
Jakobson.
Saying hello in Japanese is racist?
Saying yeah, it's like
Wait, what is this?
It's definitely.
I'm sorry.
not,
What did I
Kevin.
miss here? I was reading a.
I said konnichiwa, and he
Yeah.
said, no, that's racist.
Stop being so racist.
No.
Well, let's see.
It's not.
Yeah, that's not racist at all.
Bunch
To
of
say
white guys tell me
konnichiwa.
what I think about racism.
Wow.
Right.
I think you gotta just dial it back, Kevin.
He's proving he thinks he can say anything he wants now. Power has gone to his head.
Very worried about this. Well, you know, I think
Kevin, I'm
somebody
sending
else
it
had
to
Munch's
Control.
Odyssey on it. I wonder.
So I-
Slack?
Maybe you'll check it this time.
So having not been
It
here,
doesn't notify me. There's no Bing
Before.
because otherwise the show picks it up.
There's no way to communicate with you. You don't check the email,
or
text.
you just come up and like when you're in your like.
I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle of bits over there. You know?
What is the joke you were doing today? Red Bull Man.
Yeah, I was Red Bull Man today.
oh, I liked Red Bull, man.
Thank you very much, Fran.
Couldn't summon the power to make sugar-free Red Bull. However,
You know what? It's our first time getting free Red Bull from
Yeah.
Red Bull. You think Nick would be like,
Did
cool,
you-
good job. This is shit I like that's killing
Yeah.
me. You don't care about it. I made it happen for him. You know what Dad said to me? I like sugar free.
I know he did immediately.
You know what he's gonna get next is a giant bumblebee. I'm gonna spend the next 10 years growing the biggest bumblebee you've ever seen, and he'll unleash this motherfucker on his eyes.
I wish my bumblebee were
10
bigger.
years.
Well, I'm not. It's called selective breeding,
I
right? So I'm gonna
requested-
find the big bee and put him with the other big bee, and slowly I'll make bigger bees.
I requested access to it so that I can edit and put notes on.
I fucking try to do the thing. No, it's not you. I was like, link sharing on. Just let him have it.
I've not played Hitman 2. Yes, man. 300 asking.
Don't spoil the show, dude.
You know, Abe's Odyssey is
I
the
don't
better
think
one. But I
that.
can play that
What
on
is
PS4.
the? I mean, can someone explain to me what we're? This is like the pre-show.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin,
What about
you
it?
just show the full run of show?
For you, yeah.
I know what the.
One of the things is what games have you played. So if you tell them what games you haven't played, bam, all the magic's gone. I'm just fucking around, Fran.
Oh, I see.
You keep doing.
It's
You want a
by,
Red
like-
Bull? I'm gonna go pound one.
Nope. No, you don't need any more caffeine or taurine
I think
or
I
niacin,
sent it
man.
to your Kevin. It kind of funny, Kevin.
Did you see, Greg? They sent out a special care package for this Pac-Man Red Bull. Have you seen this thing?
No.
It's they have Game Boy with Pac-Man, and it's like an original Game Boy though, like all like in good condition, and it would come in like this big care package.
Yeah. So
I
what,
think as
what
Red
happened
Bull
for
man,
us
you
is
should-
they emailed me and said, hey, I don't know if you've seen this. Red Bull's partnering with Pac-Man for a limited edition case. Do you want them? I'm like, yes, I do. I'm like, Nick's a big fan. I'm like, are you just going to deliver them or have people come by? Like, we're going to have people come by. I'm like, it would be awesome if we surprised them during the morning show.
Yeah.
And they were like, that is a great idea. What time's the morning show? And I'm like, we're live from 11 to about noon. They're like, all right, got it. Today at 9:45 in the morning, the doorbell rang. These two women showed up with Red Bull and the Red Bull backpacks. And they're like, hey, and I'm like, hey, and like, here's a Red Bull, great. Like, I'm like, do you want, like, we can come in and give them cold out of the, I'm like, the show's in an hour and a half. Like, there's nothing,
like,
there's no one in there but me. Like, no one's here to help you. Like, okay, bye. And they just
That's
left.
too bad. What were they? So what if it worked out? Was it just like two ladies in like backpacks?
Yeah, it's like, you know, when you go to a sporting event and like they get that Red Bull car out front and they got like people walking around with Red Bull backpacks ready to give out
Wait,
Red Bull.
Did they have a car?
I don't know.
Oh,
I didn't look
okay.
around the block, but they might have.
Yeah,
The Red Bull mobile might have been here.
That's
Look at you
nice.
guys just drinking it up.
It's
Look
not
at-
the one with
It's not the one with
Pac-Man
Pac-Man.
on it.
Did we put those in the? We didn't put those in the fridge
No,
yet.
but I'm gonna ask Cool Greg to put the whole box in there,
Good job.
and then we're gonna pound them.
Cool. Now, Cool Greg, as you can see, there's a docket here called "What You've Been Playing."
Yeah.
Kevin, Fran, Jared, Greg.
Yeah.
There is no Cool Greg on there. I've heard you've been playing a lot of Switch games.
Oh yeah.
I would like during the pre-show here on the Kind of Funny Gamescast to hear a little bit about that.
Oh well, last night I downloaded this one called Bouncy Bob.
Bouncy Bob.
Pretty dope.
Yeah. What's it about?
Fucking love the camera on.
It's like a little.
Just your
It's
hat.
like a little ball, and then every time you hold down A or X, I forgot which one it was, the one
Yeah.
on the side, it moves the arrow, and when you let go, that's the direction you release. So
Okay.
basically, you're just trying to keep going, keep going. It's
Gotcha.
pretty dope.
Okay.
I
Okay.
played this one
okay.
game called Mecha Tales.
Okay.
Which I hella like. It's like Rayman. Pretty dope.
Okay.
And then I played Deep Ones, which I hella like. It's like
Deep ones.
Deep Ones.
Like
yeah.
Aerosmith big ones.
No, like
Well, I'm aware it's not the Aerosmith album.
I think I saw
Kinda
Deep
like
Ones
a
on Pornhub.
Underwater Mario, like the original Mario.
Okay.
But underwater.
Okay.
I like it.
is Deep One's not a name? What's the famous author that wrote a bunch of books? That
Steven
were-
Spielberg.
No.
Stephen King.
Necronomicon and stuff like that.
H.P. Lovecraft.
H.P. Lovecraft. Deep Ones is like a monster in his universe.
Oh, really?
The old
Wow.
ones.
And
The
Call of
old ones
Cthulhu
are a
just
monster
came
in
out
his
as well.
universe.
Pretty sure the Deep Ones are too.
Really?
Deep ones? That doesn't sound right. There's Dagon who lives in the ocean, and a lot of them are from the deep.
Stop
But
trying to out-nerd me.
no, I read a lot of Lovecraft.
Mr. Yasman's
Not
asked
that
if
much,
I've
clearly.
tested the YouTube app on
Oh,
my
yeah?
Switch. Yes, I have. I already watched the music video.
Hot.
Nice.
Hot.
What's that, Jared?
Is it nice?
What's
Is it
that,
good?
Jared?
What's
Is
that?
it Ariana
fine.
Grande?
It wasn't.
Deep Ones are weird fish monsters.
Let's see. The beings first appeared in Lovecraft's novella, The Shadow. Oh, that's that what they're called?
Deep
the Deep
ones
Ones?
are creatures in the Cthulhu mythos.
Yeah, Dagon, like I mentioned. They're headed out there. Okay, but they
Whatever,
actually
dude.
call them the Deep Ones?
All right, I think it's time for a patented pre-show Jared Petty apology. It's Jared Petty's apology. It's on the pre-show right now. He was wrong and mean to Kevin right now, so he's got to apologize, or he gets punched.
Wow. Those are harsh circumstances.
I'm learning to be a parent.
What did you be a parent here?
Jared, did you hear what
You're
he
always
said?
telling me not to apologize.
This is it. Was
I was testing stuff out.
song works great.
All right.
Song works great.
You're always telling me not
Jared's
to.
not going to
This
do
is
it.
the time. Apologize to Kevin.
Oh, no, Kevin, I'm sorry. Apparently, the Deep Ones are, in fact, a part of the Lovecraftian mythos.
So you're
Although I've
blaming
never-
Lovecraft for your
Where
mistake.
are they called the Deep Ones?
It's cool. It's not a big deal.
Just in
Jared.
Kevin actually just updated Wikipedia. It was not in there before. He did it right before you read it.
Do they ever call them the Deep Ones?
They do
Where do they call them that?
in a lot of his writing.
I don't.
You probably read it in its Latin, deepones,
Yeah.
and it was confusing when you think about
When
it.
you
in an
read
accent.
when you read the spark notes.
it was
for
the same problem as Einhunter.
Yep, there you go.
Deepones,
There you
the
go.
deep
Deepones,
ones.
Deepones.
I am still reading. I can't actually find a place where they're called the Deep Ones in the stories.
Arval is
What's
saying,
up, Amy?
wait, learning to be a parent.
I'm gonna have kids with Jen one day. She's not pregnant now, don't worry. I definitely wouldn't announce it during the pre-show.
Save that for the post show.
Yeah.
Make sure they've seen the whole thing. Absolutely.
That's good, Jared. I like it.
Yeah, you gotta save that one for the post show.
Background.
2, 3. Yes.
How long before we start?
Whenever you want.
Okay, I gotta pee. So
Go pee
let's
first.
wait a minute.
So wait, how's this work? When do we officially start? And
When he comes back, we're gonna officially start the Kind of Funny Gamescast.
Oh my God! Careful with my foam walls. They're so delicate. I didn't want you falling through it, Jared.
boy, I hope Nick is not watching.
I like how you're as he's tumbling into the wall. Careful of the foam walls.
All right, can we get some
The
gaff?
boat has sailed.
They were trying to kill me. I sat in that chair during Extra Life and crashed into that thing last week.
Yeah,
Stop.
let's get some gaff tape over here. What's going on?
How about you
don't
calm
need
down?
gaff.
How about you calm down?
Cable got
Nobody
pulled
needs gaff.
loose.
We'll figure it out later.
I don't like it.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
I see. I mean, this is mine.
how about you build a set and then I'll see what it looks like.
Sure, you want to come over to IGN?
That's Matt not make that?
What are you talking about? Did Matt not make this?
Great point.
Anyway, I
Solid point.
can't do it. I tried.
Mark Freeman, while Jared has been on the bourbon. No, one of our mic cables is loose back here, wrapped around his foot. Final destination. Final destination, everybody.
Oh no.
Charles Jacobs said, Jared destroys the studio as a headline for this Patreon
Not
post.
cool, man. That would break my heart.
Actually,
Dude,
Kevin, can you
that would be top 10 Kind of Funny moments ever.
actually?
If you tripped through the thing and went through the wall like the Kool-Aid Man, like we couldn't even be mad. We just started the show and like the walls are all
yeah.
hanging all fucked up. We're like, hey guys.
I kind of wish I'd have gone through it now because I love
Nope,
attention.
definitely not. Definitely don't do that.
I feel like you need to cut in some kind of Godzilla sound effects and stuff when that's happening.
Those
It's he like crashes into the wall.
Now y'all have the chair up for Extra Life for some
great.
reason that
Yeah.
like,
That was me.
just
I broke it.
collapsed.
I broke it during Ghostbusters Monopoly.
see, oh,
to
okay.
be clear,
And then everybody's like, oh, and Greg didn't even get rid of it because like Greg was taking other shit off the set. Nobody
it's not
cares
your
what
fault.
really
Guys,
happened.
guys,
Yeah.
I was
Kevin
also
Koala
like,
from kindoffunny.com.
don't use this as a chair. Use it to rest stuff on it.
Uh-huh.
But I guess you didn't hear that.
No, I wasn't in the
there was
room
a
at
lot
that
of things
time.
going on. And how many hours before that was that?
Several.
Yeah.
But this whole
When I came to the set, it was already out.
I think you wanted it for a laptop, didn't
No,
you?
I'm joking.
I missed
Someone
it.
Really good.
requested it for a
I'm
laptop.
drinking it right
Do you want
now.
some LaCroix? Cool Greg will bring you LaCroix.
Will he?
Yeah.
You can get a
If
Red
you
Bull
just like
too.
just yell, Cool
All
Greg!
hopped up.
Cool, Greg.
Cool Greg!
Just-
then Cool
just
Greg
give
will
it
come
time.
in.
Give it time. It's like
Yeah.
ripples in the water.
That's a sub. I have not beaten Riven yet. Gonna do it blind. Hopefully this weekend. Oh, is it possible to get another LaCroix?
Yeah, cool, Greg. We were asking you for the LaCroix, and then Joey, we were bringing in you to remind you
Could
that
I
you fucking suck because you
grab
don't
a
play
can of
Ghostbusters,
that?
but me and Fran
Oh,
do. Fran and I
shit,
play
he got
Ghostbusters.
you, Joey.
Big time
Bam.
Ghostbusters over
Oh
here.
yeah, she was busting us. Was what was happening.
Now she's been busted.
Yeah,
Whoa!
because that's what we do.
Yeah.
What was the song that we sang before?
Now, Greg, no,
He
I'm
was
gonna
really
leave you
mean
in.
It's
about
just Joey
Joey.
sucks.
Joey
it was the beat of
But
whatever
it was
tune is
like-
in our head.
Joey sucks. It was
Joey.
like something to
Too
Ghostbusters.
far is what it was.
It was too long.
Did you know Joey? She sucks.
Quick question for the part that we need to mute.
Yeah.
Just roughly how long do you think that will be?
It's gonna be my last game. I don't know, 5, 10, maybe. Not
Give
even.
these kids up that are watching live.
Oh, I'm gonna totally tell the kids live. I mean, we're not gonna be a deal when we get to it.
Oh, okay.
Right? If you look at my sheet, it says secret game. We have an embargo, everybody, that's counteractive to our Patreon
Yes.
schedule, but will not be counteractive to it going live on Patreon tomorrow.
I'm gonna do.
So we just need to mute the live version.
Which I can do by pressing this button here.
I'm gonna
So
do
when,
some
eventually
ASMR.
it'll be muted.
Do you ever do
Oh sure,
ASMR?
oh sure, sure. Hold on, here comes a thing from Fran.
Wait, ready?
Well, Fran's doing this. I'm gonna
Wait,
go back
you
because the
You can't
bathroom's
talk
up.
over ASMR.
Hey, you can. You just have to say things like, "Oh yeah."
Probably just sounds like going to the bathroom. Though.
Joey has passed me a note from her desk that apologizes. She apologizes for not playing Ghostbusters and regrets
Yes.
that she's made a terrible mistake.
That's absolutely what it says.
It's exactly what it says. It says,
"I'm
"Dear
sorry
Greg,
for the-
I am sorry that I lied to you about playing Ghostbusters with you,
Ghostbusters.
and then I'm happy you
Happy-
found happiness with Fran.
Fran.
and I'm, it just sucks that this is how it had to turn
And
out this way.
Turn out.
It kind of looks
And-
like
and
it
turn
says
out. She
"fuck
said
you"
both.
From this side.
I know it really says you suck hard, Joey.
There we go.
But she did have the heart, which is kind of confusing. You suck. I love you.
You know what I mean? It's like Kurt
Dis-
Angle. When
in-
Kurt Angle came out, and we chanted "You suck." It really meant that we really liked him.
Yeah,
You know what
that's
I mean?
true. It's
'Cause he was a good
disingenuous.
heel.
Okay.
1, 2. Oh, let's
Mike?
go back down to that one.
Mike said he had tingles from the ASMR.
Oh, nice.
That's because I was whispering in the back.
Charles says, Fran, have you played Battle Chasers Night War?
No, I've not. He was asking about that earlier, I think.
Are you familiar with it?
No.
It's a RPG. I played it.
Platform?
Huh?
PS4?
Oh,
or?
it's on Switch now. That's why he's talking about it, because it was. It's probably on PS4 as well, maybe not actually, but it was PC back in the day. I played it at Judges Week 2017. It's from Joe Mad. You remember Joe Mad?
Joe Mad.
You're the comic book artist. He came by for Up at Noon.
Oh,
drew on our wall.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's based on his game Battle Chasers.
Looking at it.
It was really well received. I played it and liked it on PC, and then when I got my Switch code, I played it for a little bit, but it just wasn't
it's been
enough
out for like a year.
It's been out a while now too.
It's just
but
like,
Charles just wants somebody to convince us to play it, even though I've played it. I just didn't
How long
stick around. Oh, it's a giant RPG.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
See, that's the I could
got enough of
dabble
this.
in
You got
it,
enough of that shit.
But yeah, like I tried that last night. One of the game. Well, we'll talk about it later. I booted up a
You
new
guys
game,
ready?
and I was
Are
like,
you ready, Jared?
I think I'm ready. Yeah, I've been trying to look something up for the show, but I can't.
What are you
find
trying to
it,
Google?
so it's not
How's the
important.
seating
It's
arrangement,
okay.
Kevin?
Is it if Joey
okay?
sucks? Because the answer
No,
is yes.
Joey's the best.
Well,
Joey's the
that's
freaking
me and Fran have
best.
heard it both ways.
No, people don't need to be mean.
Whoa, get it out of your system now, big Kev dog.
It doesn't happen
All right, gotta
often.
get that
There
burp.
it is.
Yeah, you don't like those burps.
Do that? You
No,
ever put a pen in your?
Pencils only.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah?
Because the pen explodes.
Sure.
It's a big
Then
problem.
your part of your head's gone.
Yeah.
Wow, is that how it works?
That's how a pen explodes in your ear.
yeah.
Yeah,
the
you lose part of your head.
explosive James Bond pens that we carry.
Yeah, it's like
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kind of Funny Games Cast, episode 195. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the Reverend Jared Petty.
you gotta warn me when you're gonna start like that.
No, we have a rolling thing because we have the pre-show that we want you to go watch on patreon.com/kindoffunnygames. You can catch it on the on-demand version, or you can get it on the live version. And when we have that roll, I like them to put a little bit of the talk and the smattering of talk in there. And so they come in there like, what did we miss? Why are pens exploding people's heads?
Yeah,
You know, that's what it is.
We're just about to board us like, I am invincible, and just completely gone.
Exactly.
So that's it. Were you a GoldenEye guy?
Huh?
You a GoldenEye guy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you like the
the
GoldenEye?
game, the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
What about the movie?
Who wasn't it? No, I don't think I ever
Talking
watched
about
it.
the movie.
Oh, okay. The
I've
movie.
seen one James Bond film.
Cheesy.
The one James Bond
okay.
film I've seen is the one with Pierce Brosnan, and at the end he goes, "I thought Christmas only came once a year."
Oh, that's like the worst James Bond movie of
was
them
amazing.
all.
Oh, that one's great.
That was with what's her name, right?
Charlie Sheen's wife.
Charlie Sheen's wife. Yeah, Denise Richards.
Richards,
There it
that's
is.
it.
There it is. There it is. There it
Denise
is.
Sheen.
And then over there, the hair, Fran Mirabella.
Wow.
What's going on, everybody?
How you doing, Fran? Welcome back.
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. My first time on Gamescast.
Really?
Yeah. It is.
Ever?
I mean, I've been around you forever now.
Yeah, that's
but
true. It's true.
actually on the show, I mean, I was on Extra Life, and before that, I think we only did the morning show so far.
Wow.
Oh no, it was Games Daily.
Yeah.
So
It's
anyway.
just that thing. It's confusing with you, of course, because you're Fran Mirabella.
Yeah.
You're part of all of our stories. Everybody
Right.
knows Fran's impressions. We've
Fran.
called you on different show and things like that. So yeah, now that you're finally free again,
Yes.
Here we are.
They-
3 people that were fired by IGN. You know what I mean?
That's
Sitting at the table.
Right, exactly.
That's the narrative I keep pushing, and Jared
Yeah,
keeps getting
perfect.
mad at me.
No,
He's like, no, we all
none
left.
of us were
all
fired
on
from
good
That's right.
terms.
We all just got booted.
We all none of us quit.
It was a slow
none of us-
process.
No, we all quit. Oh, jeez. What is wrong with me today?
None of us
You're
quit.
frazzled. You're a frazzled young man.
You know
I'm
what?
frazzled.
You missed it on the pre-show,
Yeah.
exclusive to Patreon.
Yeah, so don't
members,
give it
right?
all away. Don't whatever you're about to give away, don't give away.
What happened earlier? I'm not going to say it. What
You,
Jared did.
You won't believe what happened earlier. Go to patreon.com/kindoffunnygames to
Number
find out.
7
You want
will
me
be-
to give away
will
the
amaze
cable
you.
thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was good.
There was a attempted assassination of the wall by Jared
It
Petty.
could have been much more epic, and I'm glad it wasn't.
It was close. And then it's just Kevin screaming in the background.
Yeah,
It was
I was very, very worried that I was going to damage
I
yourself.
thought he was actually going to break the set.
I thought it was finally
good.
time. I thought it was finally time. It's had a
awesome.
good run.
You missed out.
I was really worried about
Yeah.
that.
I know Kevin, there was a lot going on at Extra Life. You know what I mean? 24 hours of gaming for the kids, the big, beautiful kids. Thank you for all your support out there. But I knew Kevin was very tired and distracted when I came in and found people leaning on the wall, the video wall. People were
Oh my
leaning on the
God,
video
really?
wall. And I had to go over there and be like, you gotta get off the wall. You gotta get off the wall.
That's not
Yeah,
cheap.
I know.
That's
no,
not
Fran
cheap.
would've-
at
or I
all.
mean, Kevin would have flipped out if he saw it.
Nick, me,
Yeah, yeah.
anybody. actually.
Anybody would have been paying
Any
attention.
video
But it was for
person,
the kids, so if you break a couple $1,000s worth of video panels, who cares? If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Kind of Funny Games Cast. Each and every week we get together to talk about video games and all the things we love in them. If you like that, go over to patreon.com/kindoffunnygames. You can get the ability to watch us record the show live for just $1. That comes with the pre and post show. You could also then get it on Friday on patreon.com/kindoffunnygames as a video with the pre and post show, or just the audio version that's ad free. However, if you don't want to give us any bucks, no big deal. Head over to youtube.com/kindoffunnygames and podcast services around the globe the following Monday, where it gets posted for free. We love you and we appreciate you. Tim Gettys is not here because I read on Twitter in a conversation between me and Nick, he got bit by a dog on the fanny.
Whoa, is that really what happened?
That's the rumor we're starting.
Wow, okay, that's good.
Right.
Kinda like all of us getting
He's
fired
actually
from
in New
IGN.
York doing
Wait, you mean the
something.
British
Gotcha.
fanny?
No, yeah, that's what Lucy O'Brien popped up. She's like, in Australia, that means he got bit on the vagina. And I'm like, well, in America, it means
What?
his ass. He got bit on the ass by a dog. I'm tweeting from America.
Good that you said that, because I almost said what he was doing because I wasn't thinking about the embargo stuff or whatever, were that to be out there.
It's that weird thing
It's
of like,
not-
this
it
is a
is- it
show
is-
right now. It's going live to, 1,000 kids watching live.
Surely
no.
no one would ever say anything.
No, exactly.
It's a secret circle.
We can
here.
admit it, all right? He's playing Half-Life 3.
Okay.
He's over there.
Dang
They did it in
Dang
New
it.
York for some
Secret
reason.
is
He's
a
over
house.
Him, Gabe Newell, Kojima, all playing Half-Life 3.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's
what's
how
up.
it is. That's
Guillermo
how it
del
is.
Toro's there.
Yeah,
Everybody's
yeah,
there.
everybody's there.
Kojima.
And now here's the thing. Did anybody, and it won't break my heart if you say no, did anybody see any of the stuff from this Walking Dead live stream I did on Tuesday?
No,
but I
all I
played
saw
it
was
last
your
night.
Twitter or your Instagram feed of it.
So somebody, I need to get it in my own version of it, but somebody did tweet out the fact that the outfit I was in, which is my own black suit and this maroon shirt, made me look exactly like Guillermo del Toro in
Oh, really?
Death Stranding. And
That's
I was
awesome.
like, that's awesome. I just
That-
I need, Kojima, I know you're watching. I need one of them babies in a bottle.
Yeah.
You were playing it last
That was
night?
one of the games I played. Overkill's The Walking Dead.
Oh, it is there. All right, we'll talk about that in a second. For now,
Ah.
let's get into housekeeping. First off, shout out to Patreon producer Travis Barrett. I was so convinced I wasn't going to fuck up Barrett that I fucked up Travis, because that's how
beautiful.
it works over here. Travis Barrett, thank you for supporting us on patreon.com/kindoffunnygames at the producer level. We love and appreciate you. Jared, blow him a kiss. Nice. And then today we're sponsored by forhims.com, but I'll tell you about that later. For now, let's start the show with what we always do. What you been playing? We're gonna throw a wrench in the works here. It's Fran's first show, but we don't care. Instead, we're gonna say, Kevin, what you been playing?
Yesterday I went to LA and played Just Cause 4.
You went to Los Angeles, played Just Cause 4, and you're sure the embargo's up?
I just looked at the email.
Because I was like, I've heard no one talk about this.
Yeah, it says November 8th,
Uh-huh.
6 a.m.
Oh wait, we only got one
That's it?
chance. We only got one chance at this, Kevin.
He's looking at his email.
Why? Why did you go? Why did you go?
A lot of pressure.
Just Cause.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Kind of Funny Games Cast 195. We'll see. No, that's awesome. Now, so they hit us up. They say, hey, do you want to send somebody to play Just Cause 4? And I said, of course, there's only one man who can do that for Kind of Funny, and that's Kevin Coelho, who's played a shit ton of Just Cause, correct? Mm-hmm. Now, have you ever beat a Just Cause?
No, God,
You just run around and fuck around, don't you?
Yeah, so what I did with, I played Just Cause 3 heavily.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just cleared the map, because there's a bunch of, like, military stations that you can go and defeat and win over. And that's what I did. And it took many hours, because I, like, didn't level myself
Yeah,
up
you
at all.
weren't doing it the right way to actually
Yeah.
get better at the game. You're
Oh,
just running
yeah,
around.
I was just having
Causing
fun.
chaos.
Yeah.
It's been fantastic, and yesterday I went and checked out Just Cause 4, and it is, if you like Just Cause, it's more of that. And I like it, so I'm very, very excited.
So when you say that, what does that mean exactly? It's just the same destruction.
Yeah, it's like a bigger map, and you can do more things with the, like, tether.
Give
Okay.
us an idea of something chaotic that took place while you were playing the new expansion.
There's a bunch of things you can do with the tether now, like where you can control how quickly it pulls back together.
Oh, really?
Or how
How do you do that?
You go into the settings and tab over to the tether one, and you have 3 different loadouts that you can
Oh, wow. Okay.
set up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can change loadouts by just hitting right or left on the D-pad. So you can have one that's set to, they added like a balloon pickup thing.
Like Metal Gear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except for like it just picks it up. It doesn't take it back for you.
Okay.
But what's interesting, and it was amazing, one of the things they did is he made it so the balloon would go up with some force.
Yeah.
And he put a bunch of balloons on a tank.
When you're saying he is this a developer showing you
Yeah,
some
it was
stuff?
the developer
Okay.
showing us. He put it on a tank. The developer put it on the tank. He put like 6 balloons on, and then he got on the tank. Then he turned it on. So that's when, once he was on it,
Yeah.
it started going up.
Ah.
And he had also put the little buttons that like shoot fire. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
I know. They give you propulsion.
I was gonna say they're like
Propulsion,
rockets.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But now you can make it so they're not just on. You can like tie it to tapping.
Okay,
that's cool.
So he used it to like make this tank float up to a fortress, and then started shooting at it.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so you can do crazy things like that.
Because that was always what has stood out about Just Cause is the ability to do crazy stuff and the way people break it. And you attach a cow to a tank, and then you're like like not a gas tank, but like where you'd keep like a welding gas and you shoot that propane tank, right? And then that shoots
and
up.
propane accessories.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's just more of that stuff and
So-
more customizable things.
How's it different than Just Cause 3? Is it just bigger and better? or
No.
what?
Like I'm saying, you can do more things because before you had the tethers, and all they would do is once you hit up, tighten.
Yeah.
But now you can set them to like tighten, and then when it goes all the way back, it like explodes. You can do a bunch of different things with the tethers.
Right, more abilities.
So you can have
abilities, yeah.
different kinds of fun that I can't wait to get into.
So like
Different
dumping
kinds
a bunch
of fun that I can't wait to get into. Quote. Kind of
there we go. Yeah, I like that. It's on the box now. It's sort of like dumping new tools into Gary's mod. It sounds amazing. I think I probably need to go in there and play with this because I like games that are about causing chaos. And Just Cause, every time it comes around, I swear I'm going to play more of it than I do.
Yep.
And then I end up missing a lot of it. But this is a good excuse to hop back into that.
Yeah.
So, question for you then. The systems you're talking about of going in and tweaking how fast they move or this, that, is that easy or is it cumbersome? Because it sounds like it could easily get cumbersome.
I imagine it's hard. Like it'll be a little bit annoying to unlock it all.
Okay.
Because it is very much like do all these missions from this one person.
Okay.
And once you've done them all, you have all the options for each particular type of tether.
Yeah.
So if you go through doing that, I'm sure that you're gonna have a firm understanding of everything that's going on. But for your casual person, it might be a little cumbersome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you expect yourself to actually engage in the story at all in this, or is this going to be more of you just go fuck around?
It seems like this one is more story, like the story seems to be more relevant.
Okay.
So I think that I'll be doing more story.
Are you on another island? You're still Rico, right?
Yeah, you're on another island where the bad guys are from.
Okay.
There's like
Okay.
a tornado that you can fly into. It's great. This game is just fantastic.
Good.
The controls are always very difficult to understand, but once you get them, it's there's something impressive about watching someone play, like the dev. The movement, like
Sure.
the way you can stay in the air for a long ass time is.
Well, that's what
really
killed
cool.
me with, I guess, Just Cause 2. Maybe even, I don't know, whatever. The one I was playing at IGN when Clements was obsessed with it. And
I
like,
think that was 3.
No. He was so good at it. And when I would play it, I was like, oh, cool, I want to do all that cool shit. And like, the opening hours of trying to like, grappling hook and then fall on grappling hook again. I just could never get the right rhythm of it. I can never stick it out.
I feel like they've made it a lot easier to stay in the air.
Yeah.
But that's it took me a long time when I was playing Just Cause 3 to get the flying mechanics down.
Gotcha.
And I'm happy that they're a little simpler, but still, I haven't played Just Cause in 9 months.
Sure.
Just Cause feels like it always exists right at the edge of mega hit. Like something this
it's
ought to
right
just
on the
be
outside.
bigger than it is.
You could totally see it blowing up, but it never seems to.
Yeah, I wonder why that is.
See it blowing up. I like that.
I wonder. It's cool to have gameplay you can do whatever with, but with so many games that are giving you something similar to that, but also giving you a story and also giving you. I think that's the thing is like Rico still to me, and I'm saying his name right. That's his name, right,
Yeah,
Kev?
Rico,
okay, just making sure. Rico to me is still such a 2009 protagonist, right?
Yeah.
Of like he's got that. He looks like Tyrute with a 5 o'clock
he
shadow.
really does.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking do this thing. I'm extreme, and it's like whatever, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do think part of it is the branding, and
Yeah.
to your earlier point, it's like. I mean, I didn't really know you could finish it necessarily. I mean, I guessed like
I didn't realize how close I was.
Yeah, it really does
There's
look
a
like
big
that.
story.
But yet, meaning it doesn't. It's not marketed that I've seen as like a big storyline. Like
Sure.
you know, part of you wants it to have this sense of like, oh, it's kind of like Tomb Raider. It's got this story and whatever, but it's not marketed that. It's just marketed as crazy.
Yeah.
So that's what I think of when I think of 4, and I've not played a lot of it. Like, well, 3 was crazy. I guess 4 is also just crazy, and that's kind of as much as I know about it.
Exactly.
You know?
No, and that's the
I
thing.
think
is
that's part of its problem. It's awesome, but
to your point, Jared, I pick up every Just Cause and play for a little bit, and then it is just like, all right, cool, I'm moving on. Like I've done enough of the. It's almost got the Ubisoft mentality, right? Of like, oh, there's a new base, I'm gonna go in and clear it out.
Yep.
But I
Yeah.
go in and do it, and it's like, all right, cool. It's just, I don't know, something about it doesn't click with me the way it does for
Yeah,
Kev.
I guess that's the difference. Like the first time I took out a base, and like at the end, it's like, oh, you did all the things that were here. That was just so satisfying.
Sure.
I was like, there's another base just down the street, and it's not necessarily as large. So it was just like, I guess I'll grapple over there and see what I'll do. And then I just kept going.
Maybe it just needs to be like a really solid 10-hour experience then. Maybe you go like full Crackdown 1 with it and just like this really kind of tight, okay, we're just going to do
And
it
see,
this
that's
way,
something that's interesting. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kevin, or anybody who knows. Just Cause in general hasn't given you a co-op Just Cause, right? Is there has there been a competitive even to any of the Just Causes?
I don't think so.
I do feel like if for what you're talking about, that would be brilliant.
Just Causes?
Yeah, wait, is there no like Just Cause Online? Or
here's this giant island, right, that has all this stuff going on, and you like take Wildlands and mash it up with that kind of gameplay.
I do think that it has the online component is like there's like really small races or challenges you can do.
Okay.
And they time you, so it'll be like, and then it'll notify you like. Out of
Oh,
your
so it's
friends list.
asynchronous.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah, I think it'd be cool if they were like, you know what? What's up? You know what? Crackdown. That's what everybody loved. Fucking around together in an open world. And that's why nobody really needed a story other than the basics for Crackdown. Right. If you did this, it's like, yeah, we're gonna take the 4-person co-op experience of Wildlands. We're gonna but then take away the whole. You have to be tactical. You have to actually communicate. You have to be like college. It's gonna just be
all that.
I'm gonna fucking tether this tank up there and shoot it. You ride, then you wingsuit off it. You bomb in.
Right,
guys. We're gonna make Just Cause big.
Yeah.
We just did it.
We
Sounds
just
like a lot of fun.
reinvented.
That would
It
be
is
a lot
now
of
a
fun.
mega hit.
Yeah, exactly. We just did it. We made it happen.
Can Tyrant with a 5 o'clock shadow still be in it?
Of course. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, but you get to design your own character. You get to do all stuff. Yeah.
Whenever I hear Rico, I just think, Lieutenant Johnny Rico. Oh, no. I want Casper Van Diem from Starship Troopers. I mean,
Okay.
that hair.
I'll take it. I'll accept that.
Only man on earth with hair better than yours.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You'll take it. All right. Kevin, anything else on Just Cause?
Yeah, I was just gonna say every once in a while you'll do something, and for whatever reason, Rico will be like, "Oh yeah, that's cool," and it's just like, it was cool, Rico. It was.
How many hours did you get to play?
Like 5 yesterday.
Holy shit!
They
Okay.
didn't kick me out, and I just kept playing.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, that's coming up. What, the first week of December 4th, I think.
Yeah.
December 4th is the right date.
They always release it around then. And this year, like going toe to toe with the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate crowd, but 2 completely different games. But like I was gonna say this might be the game that I finally take some time, jump into, and I'm like, oh wait,
Oh no,
Smash
yeah,
Brothers.
you'll be all
Not
over
happening.
Smash.
Yeah, Smash is there.
Damn it.
And in my job, this is the time of year I go back and replay everything I didn't play enough of, so I can be ready for the game of the year. So I'm a little worried I'm going to miss this.
Yeah, it happens.
Like Ghostbusters World.
I
Fran
wanted
and I
to
are
play
missing it.
Boom.
We'll get to
play
that.
some of that with Greg, but I haven't.
You're a monster. You know what I mean?
monster.
Because I'll tell you, like that's what's
Download it
happening
right now.
Yeah, what's stopping you from picking up your phone?
Do it.
and
It
doing
literally would take you 2 minutes to play
right,
it. I mean,
here we go.
What does that mean? What is that?
no, I'm just saying that it's not hard to like download a free game and play it.
Okay, right now.
It's very easy.
Kevin, where did you move to Ghostbusters World then? Right now,
Really?
in my
Sorry,
list,
I
we're gonna
didn't
be
mean
all
to-
over there. You fine, Kev? You keeping up?
That's my bad.
No, it's good. I like the normal transitions. And, usually Tim's in charge. I know Kevin's taking his notes over there, so I just don't know if Kevin minds that. Do you mind the pivots, Kev?
No.
Okay, cool.
I guess it's fine.
Thanks, Kev.
Okay, why don't I say Ghostbusters World here? Is it on Android?
Yeah, it's iOS and Android. There. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing wrong. I don't know what you're
Okay,
doing wrong.
that's
Something's
weird.
wrong
Do it
with
after
you.
the show. We'll make you do it.
No, I put Ghostbusters World on my list, Fran, because
Yes.
I've of course been keeping people up to date with the me playing Ghostbusters World. The pre-release coverage, them resetting the thing, me getting into it, going on and so forth. What I noticed is that we're here now at the start. We're in the middle of week 3, right? It's
Officially, this is its 3rd week of release.
like a
Second or third, because you played pre-release.
Yeah. Well, no, I think it's second week then. Yeah, so
Yeah, I
it's
think it's a
October
couple weeks.
25th or whatever. So yeah, we're 2 full weeks in.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of the 3rd week, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah. And this is the first time I've seen the addiction start to wane a bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where I'm not cool. Well, it's because
You're
they can tell you I've had I've had
it open right
I've had
now.
it open on my desk while I work, and then I'll click over and I'll do whatever story mission or because it's just the multiplayer PvP, the daily haunts, that shit plays itself.
Yeah.
So you literally just have to hit a button when it's
Boom,
done.
boom.
Yeah, exactly.
I did that with Pokemon Go. Same thing. I remember
Yeah.
being at San Diego Comic-Con and I was like producing the show and I
Yeah.
was just playing some Pokemon Go.
Well, it's just interesting because I've gotten to this point now in the grind where before it was coming easy, upgrading my ghost teams for them to go get more stuff to come back to make me stronger, to make me better kind of thing. And now I've hit that wall of like, It takes a lot of resources to get them, and I've gotten the story mode in normal. I'm up until the final chapters. No, not yet. There's more to go. It's just like I need to grind now to get the materials to make the ghost better, to get more materials to grind more to get the ghost better.
Yeah, maybe soft cap was the word. You know, like you hit that soft cap, and then it gets like.
And then the other interesting thing I'm running into is just that I feel I'm not running into new ghosts anymore. Right? You know, I still have like, I think I'm 105 or 110 ghosts collected already, and it's 150, similar to like Pokemon. So there's more to do, but I'm just not getting those spawns anymore. And like when it also obviously depends on where you're playing, because you know, like during pre-release, they were spawning Stay Puft bosses right outside of my house, and I was like, "This is gonna be beautiful. This is gonna be perfect." And then when they put out the real thing, that doesn't happen anymore. Now the bosses spawn like across in the Richmond, and I'm like, I'm not going to PPQ Dungeness Crab every night to fucking fight Gozer. All right, great place. I'm not arguing with the restaurant. Fiorella's right across the street. Everybody knows I love that joint. But I'm just saying, like, that's too far for me to go do it. And so then it's like around here, once in a while, find a rare ghost. Every morning on the train through West Portal, there's usually one there. But it's just,
That's part of the problem that I had with Pokemon Go as well. And so now I'm getting the sense I'm going to run into it. I had to go down to like Pier 39 or whatever. Like, I had to go places to catch stuff, which I get the intent of it.
Yeah.
But like,
well, you want it to be a destination. You want it to be a thing. And I'm also...
I don't know. I was going to say, I don't know that I love that.
I don't know if I love it. I think they should be closer, but I also get the fact that it's still, this is Gen 1, right, of like how Pokemon is. Where Pokemon made so many reactions to what the audience said, this, that, and the other, quality of life improvements that I'm hoping that'll happen here too.
Well, these are kind of our Gen 1 AR games, right? These are our big mobile AR games, Pokemon Go, now this Ghostbusters game. How do you solve it? Like, what's the next iteration? What's the next design change that fixes that? Because there are two main problems with Pokemon Go beyond its bugginess when it launched. One was that it pretty much sucked for people in rural areas. And the second was to get some of the special stuff, even people in major metropolitan areas would have to travel to places over and over and over that are out of the way. And after a while, you get tired of doing that. How do you redesign the game to maintain everything that's good about it while fixing those two problems? What do you change?
I feel like the one thing Ghostbusters is missing in terms that I'm not 100% sure on the Pokemon Go lingo, so keep me up here, is that you can lure ghosts to you, right? Or Pokemon to you and shit like that, right? Like I can put on Ecto goggles and find lighter dark versions of different ghosts, which are like their own, like there's different things or whatever. But there's no like, I'm going to put down this. Exactly. So it's like, if it could be that I can make ghost spawn there and have a chance of getting something different. Okay, cool. If it could be that I think this is something they will fix. It didn't go well for them, but I was impressed that on Halloween they were like, we're gonna do a boss event and we're gonna, for 8 hours they're gonna spawn in all sorts of locations over and over all day long, and then of course the servers exploded and did stuff they weren't ready for. But it was of like, cool, that was that was a little bit more than a week in, and they are engaged enough to be like, we understand what people are gonna want and need out of this game. So more of that, and like making, I love that Pokemon Go, and correct me if I'm wrong, Goldfarb and I at Halloween party went outside and just sat there and compared our games, our nerd games for a little bit. Pokemon Go does the community events once a month, right? Where it's like community day.
I think so. I haven't been
like that kind of shit would go a long way here. Where if it was like, okay, here's the thing for me to go and do, rather than it is, oh man, work's done and I'm going home and oh, this thing's spawning over. I'd love to go get that, but I'm not gonna go that far out of my way to go get it.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's a little one-dimensional.
But it's also, I'm gonna be interested for you to play a bit more, because again, I say, oh man, it's like, second week, third week, whatever it is, right? Keep in mind that I've been playing my balls off. Like I'm level 28 right now. I've captured a total of 448 ghosts. I've destabilized 111 ghosts. Like I've been all over this thing, right? Like I mean,
You've
playing
done a lot,
a non-stop version.
I've done very little. So it'd be interesting. That's what I like about the game, though, is it these types of games. They are very fast. Like open it up, catch a ghost or two. That's it. You do not like have to finish the quest.
For me, they have the daily challenges in there, and it's like okay, and like that's another thing, Jared, of how to fix stuff. It's it's the same daily challenges every day, where I could totally go for them to shake that up, and I'm sure they will eventually if they continue to put love and care into the game.
But will you still be playing by the time they do?
I think it's definitely a game that when I inevitably walk away and just don't think about it, it'll be one that I think when they do, hey, we're updating and doing this, that, and the other, I'll come back for it, because it is so easy to drop in and out of. Even now, I'm still playing a lot of it. I'm still, it's on the train on the way over here, waiting for a bus or whatever. I'm still doing it. When I walk Porty, I play it. It's just, I think, maybe a little bit less than me having it open at my desk every second and doing all these different things. And
that's normal.
The big part of it for me is I still stand by when Nick and I were talking about it when I was playing a lot of it in Toronto when we were opening weekend. it's still the idea that I know this is healthier for me than my previous phone life of, and what I'll get back to, of course, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, right back to Twitter, right back to Instagram,
Bouncing
and where you're just
around.
seeing the same. I'm seeing nothing update, but I'm still going through and I
Waiting
can't
for
stop
it.
doing it, right?
I got another question for you.
Lay it
Just
on me.
based on 2 mobile games I know you became very attached to this year, Ghostbusters World and Florence. In your assessment, which is the better game?
Oh, Florence.
Yeah.
Yeah, Florence. I
I don't
mean,
know
it's
Florence at all.
amazing. You don't know
Played
Florence? Oh, you
Florence.
got to get Florence. Yeah, it's an amazing game.
iOS?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of my. I was going to talk about that later in a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
So I'll sell you on Florence a little bit later, Fran. Kevin, before I
what's
let
up?
you completely
I'm
off
here,
to
I'm
just
here.
go over there and be the producer you are with your feet kicked up, waiting for anything to
I
happen.
don't know what that means.
I know. Well, I just saw your feet kicked up. You had one more game on your list, City Skylines. Tell me about it.
So we got a laptop from Amazon that we'll be talking about more next week. And I like testing out these laptops and seeing how they handle games. City Skylines is a game that I played a long time ago.
Yeah, we
can't
played it at
remember.
launch. I remember.
Yeah, and we've got great laptops, but oh my god, the laptops run so hot because there's so many things going on.
Yeah.
So it's kind of my test bench for how a laptop handles stress.
Gotcha.
And so I re-downloaded it and I was playing it, and what a great game.
Yeah.
I also got it recently on Switch. Don't play it on Switch.
Yeah?
It's not meant to be played that way.
Is it chug? Does it not have textures? Is it?
I mean, it's just really hard to control because it's
Mouse and keyboard.
Mouse and
right?
keyboard. There's a lot of clicking and being like trying to draw where you want the roads, and
Did you ever play it on PlayStation or Xbox?
I did not.
'Cause they put it out there, too.
I might have it on PlayStation.
Okay.
Because I do enjoy it quite a bit. It's
Yeah.
a hard game,
Yeah.
but real fun.
You think it doesn't have touch screen support for Switch?
No.
Yeah,
That
Which
doesn't happen a
seems
lot,
like
unfortunately.
a big mistake.
No, with sim games, this is the same problem with RTSs, with sim games, with MOBAs. If it's not redesigned for the hardware, generally speaking, it's not going to work. That problem goes, you go back to extremely simple games like SimCity.
Yeah.
You play that on PC, and then you play the Super Nintendo version, which is my favorite, and it's great.
Yeah.
But that's because they redesigned everything from the ground up for the platform.
I remember when I bought SimCity on PS1.
Yeah.
When I just got my PS1, I was so excited. I started up. I was like, oh my god, this is terrible.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
got to be redesigned for
Yeah.
the platform, and if that doesn't happen, then a lot of these games just aren't as much fun.
Yeah.
When
And
they
what-
are, then you get Pikmin. Take an RTS. And,
Yeah, well, you're talking about in the same breath too, like the way, and I know I'm talking about the PlayStation version, but I know how it's being received on Switch right now. Diablo.
Oh, yeah.
Like when they went and they took Diablo, a game that is a PC game through and through, and they redesigned it for PlayStation and how they have it designed on Switch in terms of how it controls and how you can select your weapons and do all this stuff. It's like, yeah, when you put that kind of love in, you get that kind of love out.
Yeah, I heard McCaffrey say the other day he prefers to play it now on console.
Yeah.
It's more fun that way for him.
PC Master Race super upset. With
It's
that
over.
comment.
You know what I mean? They're too busy waiting for TurboTax to care
That's
about
right.
that.
But you are right. I mean, when you don't just port it,
Yeah.
it's like custom ground up work. Like, yeah, you absolutely can take these games and make them work. Even though, as a PC fan, you're like, it'll never work. Like, you can make it work with scrolling through commands, whatever. There's a lot you can do with the mini buttons on there. So.
It's like adapting a movie into a book or something like that. Or pardon me, strike that. Reverse it. Adapting a book into a movie. Sometimes it requires a little adaptation and it works great. Other times you really do have to cut things, change things, but
Yeah.
ultimately you can make a playable experience out of most of them.
It's dangerous, is what you're saying.
Oh.
You gotta watch
I don't
out.
know, a
Dark
lot of-
Tower.
Yeah, you get. But on the other hand, Harry Potter.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Harry Potter. Good call.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
So,
Fran,
yes.
you've been playing Overkill's The Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah.
I want to know your opinions because here,
Absolutely, yeah.
Let me set the stage for you. I went down to Judges Week, and that was the first time I had the chance to actually sit there and play Overkill's The Walking Dead. And so it was me, Andrea, 2 other games journalist types, right?
April or something like that, maybe.
May,
Early
yeah,
this-
yeah, May, right
April,
before
May.
E3. And the build was rougher than it is now at launch or whatever. And we were playing it, and one of the team members was taking it too seriously.
Oh, really?
And totally
So here's the...
totally soured me because I was like, "Oh, that car's flashing." I'm like, "I bet that sets off a car alarm." When I set off a car alarm and the horde comes,
He's
he's
like,
like,
"No,
dude!"
do that."
And I'm like, "Dude, it's a fucking demo. We're not gonna finish. Like, I just want to see how it works." I didn't yell, and we weren't yelling, but you know what I'm saying. And so, like, it totally tainted me of where I was like, I didn't like that game that much.
You're
And-
just riled up and negative.
and so they
on it.
approached me to go host this Walking Dead thing, and I actually talked to Andrea. I was like, "Hey, remember the Walking Dead game?" Like, what? I remember not like. She's like, "You didn't like the guy." It was totally that thing. She's like, "The game's rough, but it could obviously turn into something." Blah blah. Blah. You jump down. We go to this event, and I got to play it.
Playing alone or with like people you communicate with?
I was playing with people we were communicating with.
Okay, yeah.
Playing with them and then also watching, because I was hosting it. I wasn't really one of the players, but I kept going back and forth. And we had the Kind of Funny chat open and the Starbreeze chat open.
Yep.
And so I was looking at it, and I popped over to Slack because our chat was like, this actually looks kind of fun, blah, 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 blah. And I popped over to our chat, I hit up Andy. I was like, are you watching this? He's like, yeah. I'm like, am I crazy, or does it seem like it would be a great party mode? He's like, no, this would be a really good party mode, because it is an interesting game. What do you think of Overkill's The Walking Dead so far?
Interesting setup.
Yeah.
So on paper, on a stream, it like in the making of, it's like, oh, this is great. It's got the RPG depth. You got to be careful to alert the zombies. It's co-op. You play with people.
If anybody doesn't know anything about what we're talking about, this is Overkill's The Walking Dead, which is Starbreeze, who are the people who made Payday 1 and Payday 2.
Yeah.
So this is that kind of game of 4 players working cooperatively to accomplish tasks. They have a story campaign you go through out in the DC area.
Yeah.
First person
basically,
shooter.
you jump in, it has a quick tutorial, but you still team up with other people, get matchmaking unless you have people that you can play with. But the basic skill is like, building up planks around your camp and the hordes are coming in, or you're going through a level and the hordes are like getting into the house, and you got to be quiet. You got to be careful. People have laid traps. You're against other outlaws or whatever they are.
Survivors or whatever, right?
Other
But
survivor
that's not players.
gangs. There's other gangs. Yeah, no,
That's
they're
story AI, okay.
And they're in the middle of it, and they'll, you got into gunfights with them.
Yeah.
And there's 4 classes with different guns,
Yep.
so you might need
Scouts,
a sniper, or you're really going to screw things up. So again, on paper, it actually has like a lot of this depth, and they really throw you in. Actually, the second level I had the darndest time with. So I've only played 2 or 3 hours worth of it. Here's what I'll say. I actually would not recommend this game like right out the gate based on the 3 hours I've played. For the price, the $60
it's full
price.
$60, yeah, and that was what the chat
yeah.
was. The Starbreeze crazy one was like, this is $60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it does feel a little early access to me, in that, not like early access, but it just feels a little unfinished, to be quite honest. In some cases, a little rough around the edges. But again, there's stuff in there. So what I would say is, if you like games with this type of gameplay and you have people to play with, you might enjoy it.
Yeah.
But it is like, it's still a little like rough.
When you say rough, do you mean rough unbalanced, rough glitchy, rough ugly?
Unintuitive is one of the bigger issues. You like literally, it's very hard to know what's going on unless you've probably watched like tutorial videos. And even then, actually, I went to go to the tutorial that's in the game.
Yeah.
And it was like a video that you watch. And I was just
really?
like, you jump in the first level and that teaches you the basics of picking stuff up. And I felt like I'd rather just play and experience it.
Of course.
So it just feels, honestly, you've played many of these games. They feel a little clunky. It'll like have music, and you're like, cool, it's atmospheric. And then it goes load screen, and there's no music and nothing's happening. And actually load-ins taking forever. Now, I was on PC, and it's only the first few days out. Who's to say? But,
and to be clear, PC is the only version out right now. They delayed consoles back to February.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
So I've been playing the PC version. So yeah, maybe they're still ironing some things out.
I mean, that's the definite takeaway I had from having, because the show was me interviewing the devs and stuff, and the conversations were very much that they, like, this is not the finish line. We are very much starting. And this is how Payday worked as well, that Payday and Payday 2 are completely different games compared to where they started.
So this is soft launch, really.
Exactly, which I don't think is an excuse. It's 2018, fucking launch a product that's worth $60 out the gate and runs well.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, honestly, it's just not where it needs to be
That
for the
sucks.
expectation.
Yeah.
But it, like, you've played these games that are called a 5 or a 6. That doesn't mean they're bad, but you really gotta, if you like games of that type, and you have to have people to play with, by the way.
Yeah.
I was
that's the thing. I was like, I'm talking about how good it would be for a party mode. Of us all in the same room, of Nick being
it would
a moron
be fun.
doing something. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, you run into a trap of Molotovs that like catch you on fire. You're like, oh God, I'm down.
Yeah,
It has that, but there's also like, oh crap, I guess I used the lockpick and I got nothing from this, and like the level's really hard. I'm like, I really wish I hadn't like used that lockpick.
That was what I had noticed at the pre-E3 thing, and I like, again, I played.
You just learned the hard way.
I played one round, or I played 2 rounds where it was us doing basically horde mode against survivors, where, hey, lay down the barbed wire, AI survivors are coming in to get your stuff, right? And defend the camp.
That's like the first level, exactly.
I did 2 of those, and then I obviously watched a lot, and I played like in not on air a match of zombies and stuff. We didn't finish it. I got pulled off so the other players could play. But at the Judges Week thing, what I noticed was we're scavenging, we're staying quiet because there's a horde meter that fills in.
Yes.
If you hit it, the whole horde
It's
comes
like
in.
the alert.
Zombies. Yeah.
It's like that's what you got to watch.
We were doing it and fighting the walkers, and that was fine and getting gear. But then when we basically came around a corner, there was like a human encampment.
Yes.
And those motherfuckers were like just sniping us
Oh my
dead. And it was
God.
like, well, I don't know. What the fuck am I supposed to do here?
Yeah, you needed a sniper.
Yeah.
And actually, like, there's a really good example of the balance. Like, I was playing the med side of things, and I didn't have a sniper. And, like, you can't make noise. So I was relying on my real human teammates that I was not communicating with outside of chat.
Oh, so you weren't playing with a crew.
Yeah,
you
no.
were coming in
and that's
solo.
what I'm saying. My experience, don't just match make. It's not going to be fun. And
Yeah,
actually, for whatever reason, and I swear it's just not there, voice chat on like a game like Friday the 13th or what, you load in and it's like, hey, what's up? We're all talking. Because you really need to.
There's no voice chat?
There's no, not that I saw. Now, it's possible I missed it. I only played it like late last night. But the point is, it's also not.
Were you streaming
You
it?
didn't just, yeah, I was streaming. Nice. So you don't just drop in and it's all happening. So it takes really, honestly, some time to get into. But for the price, I think it's got a ways to go. They already did a day one or something patch that they were fixing things. So I just get the sense it's going to take a while. And then the last note I'd make, it does have, the whole point is you're leveling up these classes. So I got a med bag, right?
Yeah.
And you put down the med bag. Awesome. Another good example. I go up, I use the med bag. I didn't know. I put down a med bag for everybody. I used it. That's
It's gone?
it. Gone.
One time use?
I assumed a med bag, which is a big fat bag of meds, was for everybody.
And that's like your special, right? If you're playing as the medic, that's like your one of your special abilities.
That's one of your specials. Turns out you level that up. 3 uses in the next level. And you can level up.
See, that's payday to a T. I remember that shit when I was playing P.
And so this is where it does have the potential, and on paper it's cool. It's like, oh, my machete, you run out of stamina. You get tired, so that you can level that up. And so there starts to be more reward as you level up. But what I was going to say is you earn at the end of certain levels chests that open up, and you get some random rolls and stuff, I think, that pop out. Division-esque.
Hell yeah.
And that's what got me thinking, though. I was like, man, Division is so good. It's the polish. And when you compare, $60 and $60, I'm like, nowhere close to that.
Oh, God,
like,
no, not a chance in hell. And that's what's funny about it, where it was like, oh, this seems like an interesting party mode. I'm sure I can get us codes. We can set up computers, blah, blah. Of course, I won't touch it till it comes to console. And I was like, when's it coming out? February. And I was like, oh, well, fucking Division's right there. Like, no way. Division 2's right there.
Anthem's going to be coming out.
Yeah,
then,
Anthem
so
It's
a tough
interesting.
release.
This is a game I know very little about, and listening to the conversation between two, price points come up 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
It's interesting to think about the fact that we might be ridiculously more forgiving of this game if it were $40.
Oh,
Not even
$20 probably.
Yeah.
20, you think that's where you'd put it?
25.
Okay.
I mean, for the record, I have not played enough.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot, like as I was commentating, but even then I was working, and the little bit I've played here, what I Judges Week had left me as like, I don't know if I like that at all. And then playing it again and watching more stuff, I was like, oh, I can see where this would be fun. You're describing my living hell. Right. Hey, play this game, because like that was the thing. What was interesting?
Play it with friends.
What was interesting about it was watching people in the chat, and this is also kind of a Red Dead thing, right?
Okay.
Watching people in the chat go like, "This game is so slow and boring. Why they only have 3 bullets?" And me being like, "Oh, that's cool. You only have 3 bullets." Because it was like I was in one of the sections I was playing early on when I was testing it was also all running around, and one of the people made a noise and the walker started walking towards them, and I stood there and they walked and past me, and I was able to walk up behind the walker and stab it, and I was like, oh, what a cool teamwork thing. Hey, draw their attention and be able to have someone draw their attention, you go do it. And I'm like, that is like how I would really think in a zombie apocalypse if it was a 1v3 walker thing.
And it has that. So again, we should play together at some point.
Fuck yeah, we should.
But I don't have that experience. I literally played with random people.
Yeah,
I was the idiot to start. Then I learned, and then I'm
You're like, bam, you moron!
And I became that toxic streamer. I was like, why are you doing that? What are you doing? Taipei Joe, why are you running around? And I'm yelling at them.
Streamer.
I was being so toxic.
I don't mind experimenting in games and being bad when I'm not letting my teammates down. I think about something like back when DayZ was an Arma mod.
Sure.
You go in there, have no idea what you're doing, but that's part of the fun. And I love that game. But other people weren't depending on you.
There you go. To your earlier point, though, that's the difference. This is not some mod of Arma. This is a full-fledged release from known talent, and it kind of sets a certain expectation.
Yeah, 100%.
And, so again, I think there's stuff in there that's cool, but it might have a ways to go.
Yeah,
But
it strikes me as one of those games that, number one, a year from now on PC is going to be very interesting to look at.
Yeah.
Number 2, when it does get to PS4 and Xbox, I'm wondering how many problems there's going to be. And so many. When I was asking console questions about it, so many kids in the chat or like the catch up of it were just like, They didn't even support Payday on consoles. Like, what's that? I'm like, I'm not versed enough in Payday. I didn't know that.
Right. Maybe the last thing I'll say is my chat was doing what you're talking about. They were all just like, nah, can you still return it right away?
Yeah,
they were
yeah,
like,
yeah.
this looks like bleep, you know,
Yeah,
not like it.
You say shit,
And
come
I'm
on.
on the other side, having critique games for, almost 20 years. I'm like, whoa, like, hold on. It's got, again, it does have some depth. It's got some interesting stuff, but it's going to take a while to get into it. And that's where I landed. I was like, you might like it if you play with friends.
Yeah.
Counterpoint to all this, best E3 zombies ever.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. They're walking around the thing. Yeah,
they had great E3
Oh,
zombies.
the real,
Yeah.
I thought you
They had
meant
some
in the
really
game.
great.
I was
No,
like,
they had great E3 zombies.
I was like, didn't you see the Days
those
Gone
were
like
terrifying.
preview? Like, okay.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I want to see what it is, and I want to see if we can do a party mode with it.
You
and,
definitely should. You guys
Yeah.
would have fun.
Yeah. Especially because
I
Nick
hope.
will just shoot his gun all the time.
For a while.
Yeah. Idiots. Yeah, I'm interested to see what it is because it's one of those games that I don't have a firm footing on.
Okay.
Where it's like, I watched them like, but that seems cool. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm
There
interested
could
to see
be
how it
some
shakes
cool
out.
strategy. I found myself like typing in chat. I'm like, do you have a Molotov? Because there'd be a group of zombies, and I
Yeah.
didn't have one.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I can't imagine if someone did, I'd be like, yeah. But
Well, that's the thing of like being able to do like the Shaun of the Dead thing of like, hey, over here, and they all go look at you, and you come up behind
Has
them.
anybody ever dived in? I mean, zombies are practically their own genre at this point. They span across multiple genres, but they're also kind of their own subgenre. Has anybody ever made a zombie game that's just like you in a zombie apocalypse? Like just making you and your friends with your realistic, like idiotic abilities. You were talking
I
about
don't
Nick
think so.
shooting.
What do you
at a
mean by
post.
that? Like, what do you
I'm imagining
do?
like Fran Mirabella.
Like, all I have to defend myself
and
is
Greg
my
Miller
phone?
at the
Like-
beginning, yes, and then
Like,
you
it's not
with
as-
Those are the zombies.
Your real
Those
life
people,
skills.
we're the zombies.
Yeah, but,
I see what you're
but
saying.
Shaun
like,
of the Dead. I mean, effectively a bunch
meaning
of.
it's the beginning, so you haven't really like developed camps and barbed wire tactics.
No,
like,
and you have your abilities at the beginning. Like it literally asks you, what is Fran good at and what is he not out of a list of things. And
they got a
you just-
hairspray and like a lighter, and I'm just
Yeah,
like,
I mean, exactly. And it's a team-based comedy / horror-based zombie survival game. I think it'd be
zombie.
fun.
A zombie.
Yeah. I want to play Shaun of the Dead with my friends. I think it'd be amazing.
Agreed.
Yeah.
okay.
Fran, what else have you been playing?
Red Dead. I don't know if we want to move into that.
Yeah, sure. Let's do some Red Dead Redemption 2. Jared, you chime in too.
Yeah, I'll chime in on that.
Where are we at right now?
Yeah, no
Completion
spoilers.
percentage, chapters, however you want to define. Where
Yeah,
are
I'm
you?
still in, I think, towards the end of chapter 2, about 18%. Man, I've played a lot of hours.
Yeah.
That game is long.
Yeah.
And you don't have to contribute to completion percentage to be very busy. I spent 10 hours, I think, one day
Yeah.
and barely up
So-
my completion percentage.
Did you beat it?
I'm here. I haven't gotten through the epilogue yet. So
So what chapter? Are
let's see. What's chapter would that place me?
Pretty
I'm trying to
far
remember.
then.
I'm far.
Okay, but you're
I'm
into the
getting-
epilogue?
I'm right at the edge of the epilogue.
Okay.
Spoilers.
But
What about you?
Oh, 20 hours.
Oh, so you're like me, probably. Like,
Well, yeah. I was chapter 3, 20 hours.
Oh, you're in
Yeah.
chapter 3, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
you plow through.
how spoiler are we getting, Greg? We gotta be careful here. I don't know.
I mean, I'm done, so I don't.
Okay, so
I'd actually be very curious to start just like in general what people think of it. I don't want to.
okay,
That's what I would
It
offer.
is climbing stratospherically up my game of the year list. Okay, I adore it.
But everybody gave it 10s.
I really liked it, and at the beginning I thought it was great, and I enjoyed the deliberate and slow pace. That's something I've actually really dived into. I like riding my horse from place to place and making friends with it and naming it Zach Ryan, and I like the fact that
Mine's Dead Orbit.
Oh, that's
Destiny
good. I like
fans
that
will
one.
get it.
Glue is my second horse. You have
Glue?
one? Glue. Yeah.
That's messed up, Jared.
yeah, a really nice black Arabian named Glue.
messed up.
But yeah, I'm not sure. I hope Glue survives.
You liked all that role play, though. is what
I
you're
like
saying,
the
yeah.
role play. I like the fact that it is somewhere between an adventure game, an RPG, a walking simulator, and an open world game in a way I never realized. I expected a lot of it. I didn't expect they'd nail it so well. But what's really impressed me is how it starts out fascinating. And at this point, that story takes me places I never expected to go in all the best ways. I am having a blast
What do you mean
with
by
this
that?
story.
Where you never expected to go.
Literally,
Like on the
where
map?
I never expected
He's
to go.
on the moon.
Yes, like that. I don't know how much you want to know, but like
Okay.
suddenly you're like,
you mean in the world? No, I
like,
just didn't know if you meant like
okay,
like that. I thought that was like a metaphor, like
so
you're emotionally.
No,
you,
I
like,
actually mean
like you wept.
where well, okay, so history is kind of a hobby,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I thought to myself when they were working on this game, I looked at the history of that time period, and there was something I was like, there's no way
they got
they're
this right.
going to do that. There's no way they're going to go for that because that's not really going to fit with the Western motif, and that's not going to be. And I was like, so no, and I wrote it off. And then I saw they had something that looked kind of like a Craig rifle, which has something that I don't want to go to. Anyway,
don't spoil that for me.
Long to short of it, they literally take me places I never expected to go.
And that's what I keep hearing. It's like, wait till you get to chapter 3. Wait until.
Well, it's not just wait until. I love the beginning, but Lord, the story, which starts out, it's the best written Rockstar game I've ever played.
See, that is where, like, I'm so curious to hear where Greg's at with it. For me, like all this, I came on, the Games Daily show, and we were talking about that. It took 100 hours a week at some point with some of the story writers, and I'm just like, right now, none of that personally. First few chapters, you're in the West, and there's a gang after you, and you like go to a train, and you go back to camp, and there's like a lady that you had a relationship with. I mean, it's all very cliche so far.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Like I ride to here, and somebody robbed a train. Like, of course. Like,
yeah.
Where's this like Uncharted level, Last of Us level writing that I can't wait to see? I hope it's there.
Yeah, I think it is. But
like, meaning it's very formulaic so far.
It is. Well, two things to think about.
I like it, by the way.
Not making excuses. Yeah, and I'm interested in your thoughts on it. I don't want to monopolize the conversation. Westerns tend to be formulaic. Rockstar tends to be formulaic because it draws from cinema. But it does take you very unexpected places eventually, and does things you don't see coming. And I really enjoyed that about it. Okay. But I'd love to know what you think about it, Fran, because you and I haven't talked about this.
I don't know. Before I feel like Greg hasn't.
Everybody knows what I thought. I played 20 hours of it for the embargo and stopped. I was like, this didn't click for me, and I don't want to play anymore.
Maybe it's not your type of game. Or it isn't.
Red Dead 2 is definitely not my type of game.
It's not your type of game?
I loved Red Dead 1. I've loved every other GTA.
Yes. So it's funny. I've never really been like super into GTA because it wasn't as, directed. I really liked Red Dead. It takes a while to get into the world. And, to bounce off of what you said, Jared, the walking simulator stuff, the world creation that they've done, that's the piece that gets me most. So I'm actually a little bored at times. I don't like all the dialogue, and it's funny that I'm streaming and like I'm able to like talk to people,
which has got to be the worst way to try to engage with that game.
So I've actually figured out with my uptime on stream, it actually takes almost 2 hours, and I swear like clockwork, and I don't know why. I'm in this world for 2 hours, and right at that point, there's this like like you sink into I'm very real all of a sudden. I'm like in this world, and I want to go to this next spot, and you're like living in the world. And so as slow and lumbering as it is, and it's crazy at times, to be quite honest, where I'm like, I can't run here. You've forced a cinematic angle, and I'm like a video producer. I'm like, you forcing me to like just walk real slow. All right, fine, I guess I'll do it. But it's very immersive. So I think on that, it just kills it. Yeah. But on the other side, so far, what I've done gameplay-wise, I've not, I really do not like the shooting controls that much on a console. It's like this quick target. I tried taking off auto aim.
Oh, don't take off auto aim. That work. No, that's a terrible idea. Don't do that.
But like I'm a PC shooter now too. But
Snob.
But even then, like I played tons of Destiny on PlayStation, Division. It's smoother, man.
It's not a shooter. So this game is not a shooter.
No, but when you need to shoot a game with this much direction and this many cool guns that you can polish and upgrade, like I just would have expected the controls were better. So I mean, maybe I'll end on that without just continuing forever on it. It is, quite honestly, I think it's an archaic gameplay, engine base. It's built on a lot of GTA. They've absolutely upgraded certain things, but I'm really feeling that archaic feel. Like, just the HUD, man. Like, stuff comes up and wait, what? Oh, and the controls. I didn't even get into it. Like, where the heck do I do this? Like, everyone's like, well, you really should watch this YouTube video. I'm like, are you, man? Like, I'm trying to immerse myself in this world, and you're telling me I gotta watch these videos about the convoluted controls. So, but I do like the game, and last night, so I'm right in between you guys.
Yeah.
And same thing, like, I was playing Walking Dead, and I was like, I really want to be playing Red Dead right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know about a 10, but
don't stream this game. You're going to ruin it. You're going to ruin it for yourself.
I have to
play this game.
That's my job now, Jared.
No, this game is a freaking mini series. You sit down and you play it for 6-8 hour blocks. Like that's how it's meant to be played.
Yeah,
and
it's not a mini series.
I can do that.
It is.
But I know what you mean. Really let yourself live in the world. And you're right. It takes me a few hours.
It's a Netflix series. It is a Game of Thrones season. It is
okay, but that's the story I'm looking for. Still, when I get it, I'll be much happier.
It's really good. And I don't want to give you this idea idea that it's some kind of like, and your mind will be blown
When the walkers show up, Greg.
But there are,
the-
but it does some really, and it's some of it's the subtlety. Big surprise. People die. You know that's going to happen, right? You get to like some of these characters, you get to know them really well. People die. They do such a clever killing. At one point in the game, somebody goes down that I don't want to see go down, and they go down in the smartest way possible.
Okay.
I'm just like, screw you. Like, it's great.
So it's
great.
funny that I think if this was compressed down, it's funny I keep bringing up Last of Us by comparison. I feel like, which is a fairly long game, but that's a game I expected to be 10 hours, and it turned out it was like 25 or 30 or whatever.
Yeah.
But Red Dead's so big. But I feel like
Do you
if
think you'll finish
compress-
it?
I'm going to finish it. I swear to God, I said it.
You
now.
need
I
to.
have but
No, you're going to love it. It just gets better and better as it goes.
But I feel like if you compress down all the really good stuff, then, and you even, Greg, I feel like you might enjoy it if it was all compressed. But there's so much like running around the world that just takes forever.
Kevin, where are you at these days with Red Dead? Are you still playing? Because you were telling me all the other stuff you've been playing.
No, I last week I started working on my costume in the start of the week, and then didn't play any games during the week. The weekend I played City Skylines and Just Cause, so I haven't gone back to it. I'm sure that I will. There's other things that I have on my list that I want to play next, probably today. I'm going to dive in and do more of what I was doing earlier today.
So,
Wink, yeah,
so
okay.
Greg, wait, you're saying you're done with it?
Oh, yeah.
Period?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. No, it didn't click for me.
One for
Yeah.
Did you be the first one?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
no? You did.
I adored the first one.
Interesting. I've heard
First one was
that,
amazing.
too.
Yeah.
I wish that's the hardest part for me, because I feel like what I got with this one was a better version of the first one in a lot of ways.
The problem, of course, is not the problem. You went back and played the first one for your show in modern times, right? I'm still back to when it came out, and I played it, and I have rose-colored glasses, and I remember not liking Mexico and stopping for a month, but then coming back and finishing it.
But most of the things you remember about that game, you learn in like the last third of it or so.
Yeah.
And that's
Yes,
we
it's
didn't
true.
we know
See, I
nothing
don't agree
about
with you.
John.
I don't
We know
agree
no-
with you.
You don't know anything about John
No,
for
no,
most
no,
of that game.
I don't. You're saying the most things we enjoy about that. That's
Yeah.
not what I remember enjoying about it.
What do you remember enjoying about it?
I remember enjoying the world. I remember being fucking riding around and finding
Yeah,
the
just
next
shooting
thing
the
and being
vulture.
excited for the next thing and finding the next random person and finding the stranger that was like, are you the devil? Like, what are you talking about? What is going on with this?
See, I
being
think that-
fascinated what was on over the horizon.
That's what I think is one of the
biggest
basics. Games have made such an advancement, and that goes back to my comment about it being a bit archaic. Like, when you experienced it then, it was a pretty, like, big leap for what it was doing,
Right.
and the world was amazing. But now it's really polished version of that. But I think it was almost like there's so many games that are just so amazing now, immersively, that you're like, well, I can go shoot a bird on this hill, but I don't know, I can do that anywhere.
Well, we
now,
talk
but-
about I want to go back to the shooting controls, because obviously the menus are indefensible and the shooting controls are not a shooter. But the other day, after I wasted an hour of the extra live stream trying to find a UFO that wasn't going
That you already
spawn,
found.
that was so. I apologize to everyone for
We
that.
had a great time. We had a great time.
There's a UFO in there?
At the end,
Awesome.
when I went on the murder spree, which I never do.
great.
Okay, so I probably killed 80, 100 people there in a row without dying, and I only died when I got careless. People keep complaining about, one, how like doing the upgrades doesn't actually make any difference, and two, the
What are the
shooting
upgrades?
controls are the upgrades to everything from talismanic stuff to upgrading your stats to upgrading your weapons to crafting special ammunition to
Oh, yeah, you were
crafting
talking
unique
about like a
weapons.
fire arrow
So
or
I'm running
something,
around with some of that stuff in that, and again, engaging 80, 100 guys without breaking a sweat particularly. It's not that I'm terrible at video games. So I think some of it's just a willingness to bend. We have a language in video gaming where anything that doesn't fit our definition of a smooth twin stick shooter isn't good controls. If the jump button isn't where I'm used to it being, if the fire button isn't where I'm used to it being, it's bad. And that troubles me. Now, I am not going to defend that menu system, which is awful.
Nah.
I'm not going to do it.
I'm not saying the shooting's unplayable or anything, by the way. Like, I mean, that's why you got Deadeye and why you got Lock On. But, like, just a simple example, Jared. Like, I'm just trying to lock on to the enemy, actually, and tilt the controller up to your head. Not you, but, the character in the game. But, like, just that process is so, like, it's crazy to me how not smooth it is. Like, I've played a lot of shooters. You just think when you target, you might get, like, some smoothness. It's just not there, man.
Oh, man.
So again,
Get good, Fran.
I agree that you like so many of those games, you can just adapt to what it is, and you'll be fine. But I just don't like it.
I get that. I for all my argumentativeness, I absolutely understand somebody. Greg and I had a long talk about this. Everyone I've talked to about the game, I mean, even Greg said it was a good game that wasn't for him. People all have vast. I just did a Red Dead with Andrea Renee, and we had different. She really enjoyed the game. Said it was among her top 3 Rockstar games, but yet she was always. It's so big. There's always a different criticism to level, and always a different thing to strike you about it, and that's been
like any of Rockstar's games, quite frankly, for all of these little flaws, and it does so much. Like you were saying that. Going to read the catalog in the general store, and like you can put like lotion on to keep your scent down. I mean, there's so much in the game. I mean, that is what is mind-blowingly impressive. And where I think a lot of the 10s come from, but it's not for everybody. You know.
Is it anywhere in your top 10 games of the year this year?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've got a lot to catch up on still. Like I haven't played Spider-Man. The Destiny grind, gets you, and plus, being at IGN, for most of the year, it's hard to keep up with games, and that's why I'm hoping to find a new path here that I get a little bit of both.
Well, you're a great streamer. You really are, and I mean that with all sincerity. You're truly good as a streaming host.
That's nice.
But
if only
Red
I
Dead,
can make some money.
But streaming Red Dead, I cannot imagine a worse way to consume that game.
You also wouldn't like the first stream that I did with an accent. It was terrible.
Give me some of your accent. Give me some of your cowboy accent.
I need a line. Well, whatever.
Good day, mate.
Good day. Y'all want another drink? Or are you just going to sit there like a bunch of somethings? See, I need the lingo. But
Sure.
It's not bad, right?
Bullfrogs on a rusted nail.
I could go down by the river and listen to them bullfrogs.
Okay, how about we pull one from a classic Western?
Yeah.
All right? That's bold talk for a one-eyed fat man.
That's bull talk for a one-eyed fat man.
Robert Duvall was better.
Not bad.
right.
Robert Duvall.
You're close, Fran. You're close. You're getting there.
I'm getting there. I have not done since that, but thank you.
One of my favorite exchanges in movies. That's bold talk for a one-eyed fat man. Fill your hands, you son of a bitch. That's a great scene. Oh,
Wait,
I love
which
it.
movie?
That's from True Grit, the original True Grit.
Yeah.
John Wayne,
Robert
Duvall
is so good, man.
Oh, they're just that John Wayne gets made fun of a lot, but he is great in that movie. Like he is truly a wonderful actor in True Grit.
Yeah, I love westerns too. I think that also helps.
Yeah, it's what you're talking about, what we've talked about, and then of course what I always compare Red Dead to is Assassin's Creed Odyssey, right?
Yeah.
And so like now that Extra Life, came and went, and like the little bit I've been at home, like it's been back into Assassin's full bore. And goddamn it, I love that game. I can't get over it.
so
I keep falling more and more in love with that game. And then Kevin, you weren't here yesterday. Did you see all the stuff they announced?
No, I did
for their
not.
new update.
No,
so like,
I gotta play that game.
it's
That's one of
literally
them.
Kevin. You know what? I'm actually interested. You haven't heard, all right? So they put out their video for their November update that's going to drop this month, right? If you wanted fixes to Assassin's Creed, what would they be? And I know that's a pretty big canvas, but
I mean, I'm talking 95 hours. I don't know how many fixes.
exactly. So what would you want more of, or what would you want to change? You want me to just tell you?
Yeah.
So they're gonna they're moving the level cap from 50 to 70.
Oh God.
Nice. Wow,
If
that's
you've
big.
earned,
God, it's a big jump.
If you've earned more, like if you've been playing, like I'm already level 50, so I'm just keep playing.
Damn it.
When they do it, it's gonna give it to you. It'll give you those ability points. It's gonna know how much you've accrued, so you'll just get that. They're changing over what we were talking about, which is I think they should have had from the launch, but no big deal. The ability now of like, man, I love the stats of this, but I love the look of that. Apply the look to the stats now, so I can actually have the armor. I can look the way I want to, but have the poison armor set I want, stuff like that. Dropping in a bunch of different quests, stuff like that. They're adding in new mythical creatures, a new armor set.
Seems like a lot.
Oh yeah, no, dude, they're putting in a ton of stuff. Yeah, and like new quests. Yeah, like I already said,
they've
new
really
quests.
been killing it with Assassins. Like
This one, like
the last two. But
Origins
this
was
one,
similar to Red Dead for me, where I played
really?
a lot less of Origins, but I played it. And I was just like, don't like
quite get the
Bayek, don't
hooks.
like the story, don't like the world. I'm out. And putting in Odyssey, I was like, man, I liked what I played at E3, and I'm head over heels in love. I've beaten the story, and now it's platinum, but it's not even platinum. I'm not. Right now, I'm just playing it. Where I'm like, oh, let's go get another quest.
Not a trophy.
And
quest
the side quests continue to engage me in a way no other game side quests have this year, where I'm just like, I'm fascinated. I love the characters I'm meeting. I think they're all interesting. The game is, like last night I was doing one of the side quests where I was helping out a priestess. Kevin probably remembers this. And then she had a sister, and then at the end it turns out they're identical twins. And it was like, she's the one. Yeah, which one's one? It's like, oh, fuck it. This is awesome. And I picked the wrong one, so I killed the other one too.
As far as I can tell, that one was just guessing. I could not figure out a way to figure out.
As they were going back, I was trying to pick up on
what they were saying.
The game, again, what I keep saying about Assassin's Creed that's amazing is it wants me to pay attention and forces me to pay attention, because it does stuff like this all the time. Where later on I'll go to drop off. Oh, here's this item they want. All right, cool. Who sent it to me? And I'm like, oh fuck yeah, the guy said hours ago to say a certain thing. When oh fuck, what did he say? You know what I mean? Like
Did you do that one mission where you have to make the oil, and it's like,
oh yeah,
I was just kind of skipping through, and it was like, oh fuck.
You get there, yeah. There's like an ingredient list to make this oil and shit.
I just can't, like, there's no time right now, so it's on my list before the end of the year.
But the thing that caught me again, and this is not a knock against Red Dead, I swear, but it's just like I was playing it last night, and it was the idea of, hey, like there's a bounty hunter right there. I'm gonna fight him right now. Hey, there's that thing. I'm gonna fight him right now. Because it's like, I love the combat so much in that game. That combat in that game is so great. It's fluid. I know I have like, you know, my combos that I've made up of like, okay, now I'm gonna, you know, double the damage. I'm going up on triangle and then go down to X to poison my weapons and go get it. You know what I mean? It's just, I want to engage. And when more enemies show up, it's like, this is awesome. What am I doing now? I need to get his shield away and do this and take that down. It's just like, fuck, that's all I want. And I'm so happy about all the stuff they announced. There's something else, Kevin. I'm grasping in my brain. But there was another one they announced though that I was like, that is something else I know you and I had wanted.
In Assassins?
The 70 caps.
Yeah. There was something else in that update though where they were talking about it that I was like, yep, that's something Kevin and I had mentioned that we really, really wanted. But it doesn't matter. It's there. It's good. Whatever.
You can climb to even higher levels here. Enemies can scale there with you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
You don't like enemy scaling?
I've never been a huge fan of it.
Have we talked about it on this show? I forget.
I don't know.
If we haven't, I don't think we. I get that, and when Damon brought it up on Twitter, and then it became a GameScoop topic of like, oh man, enemy scale. I was like, that's really interesting. I just, for how good the combat is, I'm glad it does, because if it didn't, that'd be so boring.
Oh, it'd be very.
Now I'm back to an island, and I'm 70, and they're 12. Just and that works like when it's like different kind of like SNES RPGs or whatever. I don't mind as much, but yeah.
Yeah, it is a hard thing to get right. But it doesn't make me feel great when I'm getting more powerful and I don't feel all that much more powerful. By the way, I have no business saying that about Odyssey. I'm speaking about
I know.
I'm speaking about level scaling in a very general way, because something like Inquisition, for example, I think did some interesting things with it, because you scaled, but it didn't scale quite as much, for example. And that I'm not big on, but I got to give Odyssey another shot. I just do.
You didn't stop because you didn't like it. You stopped because you got caught up
I
with the
stopped
work,
because
right?
I got caught up in Red Dead. But to be frank with you, it wasn't grabbing me there at the beginning, but I need to give it more time.
Sure.
RPG, RPG deserves at least 15 hours before.
Yeah, you were playing on the Google Chrome
thing, and I'm not nearly 15 hours into it, and until then I have no business talking about it.
Did you even get to the title splash?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Cool.
I really want to play it.
Fran? What, you put Fortnite on here? You got anything new to report in Fortnite? What's been happening
in your
Fortnite?
I didn't know how your rundown works.
No, we jump around. I just want to know where I'm driving you.
There's a huge event that happened. If you saw the cube exploded and the butterfly, it was actually a really amazing in-game sequence. I feel like everybody knows about it, but maybe if there's folks out there, I would at least check it out.
Were you live when it happened?
Yeah, I like woke. Oh, so it was after Kind of Funny Extra Life. It's like 2 a.m. I forget who said it to me. Oh, it was somebody in chat, I think, or something. And they're like, oh, don't you have to be up for the event tomorrow? I was like, oh, crap. Because it was like, it wasn't too bad. It was a 10 a.m. event, but I had to make sure I was up by 8:30 and like ready to, but anyway.
Do your coffee, hour of your hair, yeah.
Exactly. So they do, the amazing thing that I just would want to point out is they do these amazing, across all the servers, across millions of people, they're triggering these real-time events. It's insane, man. Like, so
when
imagine,
they launched that rocket, dude, that was like a moment of everyone was either playing it or watching it on Twitter or something.
And the fact that it works, like for the most part, there actually were a few tech issues. Like right after it, they pulled it off. Everything crashed, which actually I've not experienced with that team yet. I mean, there's been little things, but it's still amazing. And I think about whether it's Assassin's Creed or it's Destiny, like, can you imagine being in the world and you're like, they tell you just go there. And like a freaking building just comes down and changes forever in your game. That's the type of stuff they're doing on this single map, you know. So that happened, was really cool. And then, you know, season 7's coming up. But you guys.
How close is season 7 now?
It's only about 25-ish days out.
Okay.
So yeah, it's still a ways, like 3 or so weeks, but that's going to be a big moment because this is what this is the event happens, which starts to change a little bit on the map.
Yeah.
And then more things start to change as we culminate into some whole new thing. And the history here is there was this purple cube that freaking showed up at the end of season 5, lightning strike. It starts like rolling around the map, leaving runes, and there's this atmosphere it creates with new gameplay mechanics where you're floating around. So they do I know as repetitive as Fortnite really is, they do enough of stuff like this. It's amazing.
It's a fun game.
I mean, yeah, when we fell in love with when Switch launched and I got the end of that season and then the start of and then the full season of the next one, like when I really understood it, you know what I mean? I was playing it, so now I understand the world, I understand the mechanics, I understand what's going on. Like, it's amazing the way that they continue, and there's a reason Fortnite is not only killing it, but is still so salient in the conversation. It's because it is different every season. You're talking about every 20 days, right? Of like, not the new season, but a new moment. A new moment, right?
Easily. Yeah,
let
all
alone
the
that
time.
like they're like, they just put out, what a brilliant idea of putting out NFL uniforms. And then the Thanos thing back in the day.
I cannot imagine how agile their development process is.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they're able to get all these deals, because things like a Thanos deal with Marvel, getting
was
the
crazy
paperwork
too,
and that through, but getting it through that quickly, being that in the moment, getting it rendered, getting it put in, getting it tested, getting everything approved, they must just have the best internal communications on Earth.
Yeah.
Because getting that kind of stuff through is hard.
Yeah. They do so much, and then they just keep adding items in. Like they added balloons, and
every time there's a new update, right? There's something new in there. And like the way they keep that game going, and also when we were getting ready to go to Toronto, I think it was Kevin or Joey, but they were like, "When's the last time you and Nick played Fortnite?" Because we were originally going to do a thing, and we were like, "No, like, you got to get in there and learn all the new." Because it's drastically different from when we played.
It is, but the good news is it's like after you just play like for whatever 20 minutes, you get it all again. It's just there's new items, and I think a lot of people don't realize about what you're seeing is what's funny is it's a game engine company that sits on one of the biggest, most successful, most used game engines, the Unreal Engine, and that's what that is all about. They have all these tools that they're monkeying with. And so that's what's happening in the game. They have a physics engine that they're messing with, and they just put some balloons in it. Suddenly it adds this new gameplay mechanic. But I think that's awesome. That is Epic's strength, and to see it coming through, like when you compare obviously Bluehole and PUBG, and so, like they're using.
Well, I don't know if you saw Joker and Harley Quinn skins in PUBG.
I did see that came
from the hit Oscar-winning movie Suicide Squad.
There we go.
Yeah, like it's funny. I actually like PUBG, but then whatever. Blackout's another discussion.
Have you been playing that?
Yeah, I played a lot of Blackout at launch. And, it is, man, those games are sweaty. They're just like Fortnite's sweaty too. You just have to be good at them. But Blackout,
tense.
It means there's like you gotta get good and be good, or you will get crushed. And I'm just not that person on PC, especially. I mean, it's like
come back to console.
I know
away
I
the PC.
can't go back though. Yeah,
I'll come over with a big old magnet. I'll wipe your PC for you.
Exactly.
Stay on PC. You're in the right spot.
But props to Blackout. Blackout's awesome. I know that it has had some balance issues here and there, but like there's almost no reason, in my opinion, to go back to PUBG. I do like PUBG, by the way, but just meaning Activision to release. Here's the point.
Before you go, let me put one asterisk on what you just said. Not that it probably really matters, but maybe. We're recording this before the XO18 event where Microsoft did tease big PUBG news.
No, you should.
So I don't know what that is, just in case they're like, hey, we did all this thing. And I'm sure it's going to be mainly, hey, on Xbox One PUBG, we're doing X, Y, and Z. But I just want to put that out there in case they come out and they're like, guess what? Everything works now.
That's the event. Xbox I Love You, XO 2018.
Exactly.
Right? Okay,
Perfect.
that's it. All right.
I don't even know. All I was going to say is it really is a testament that they came out with a battle royale, and when it was announced, I think everybody's like, "Oh,
roll their eyes. What a copycat
it's you
thing.
too. You're going to do it too." Battlefield announced it too.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Blackout's out. Tons of people are loving it. Call of Duty fans, and meanwhile, Battlefield 5 battle royale mode delayed, and so. Meaning, I think that's interesting to see that they've nailed it. I'm curious. I love Battlefield, but I think there's something about the amount of polish they were able to put in.
I was going to say, do you feel like Battlefield's in trouble? Because it seems like that got delayed, and everybody's like, ugh.
The usual.
And there's no real buzz about it.
Well, this was the point. I really did not think they were going to pull off like the battle royale mode so well, and it really is
Call
smooth.
of Duty?
Blackout, Call of Duty. And then after that happened, I'm like, sweet, like maybe Dice too, like. And then it got delayed. I was like, I think they did that thing where you just,
you see the other guys like, fuck.
Yeah. and you show a trailer, but you don't even know quite what it is yet.
Sure.
I felt like maybe that is where it was at.
Interesting. Okay.
Do you like Battlefield at all? Like,
No, I like it. I like Battlefield fine. I like Call of Duty fine. But we got Call of Duty codes. I got home that first night, played one round of Blackout, and I was like, cool, back to Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, great.
Was it 4 reviews IGN did for COD this year?
yeah,
Yeah.
they
broke
did
out
each mode,
Zombies
and then they did
mode,
overall.
Blackout. I don't know if it was the multiplayer. I don't know if there was a
Yeah,
fourth,
I think there were
but-
4.
Well, I think there was all 3 of the modes, and then
Oh,
an
and then the big
overall.
one. There you go.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
4.
exactly.
It was an
Which was a
experience.
very interesting way to approach it. I think
Yeah.
that was, yeah.
It's interesting. Even though they're one SKU, but I get where it's going. Like Blackout is an entirely different entity.
Yeah.
That's all I play for the most part. I like Zombies is actually amazing in that. It's a whole there's a whole subculture of zombies in Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah.
People are
Oh, yeah.
crazy about
Well,
it.
back to zombies again. Look at that, all
Yes.
these zombies
In
running
your
around.
hair,
Just
in
keep
your hair, zombie, zombie, zombie. Yeah, that's
going on?
that's how you sing, Kevin.
Cranberry zombie.
That's how you have fun, Kevin.
I actually just called Kevin Zombie. He's like, what are you doing? I said, it's Cranberry Zombie. And
Fran, round out your games. You put Destiny 2 Forsaken LOL.
LOL. Well, because everybody knows I play that. I felt like that was not necessarily a topic. I
Gotcha.
didn't know that what you wrote down was going to be discussed necessarily.
I just like bringing up what you've been playing. That's
Yeah,
how this
no,
section
I-
is. If
that-
if that's it, you've been playing more
I don't even
Destiny,
know-
great.
Yeah, you know me, Greg. I'm like Mr. Producer. I'm always worried. I'm like, what's the rundown?
Oh,
so
no.
my comment on Destiny 2 is that Forsaken is amazing, and I did most of it, but I never created my alt character, so I'm out there creating my Warlock now.
Fucking go.
And I got to finish the raid blind.
What
I
does
like
raid
to talk
blind
about
mean?
that sometime. So, the raid,
dummy.
doing the raid without knowing the mechanics, a lot of the community,
Oh,
dude,
so you're going in and not having anyone tell you, all right, now you stand on that switch and I'm going to do this thing.
so it actually
Oh,
goes
that
all
sounds
the
like
way.
hell.
Well, no, it's
No,
it's
that's
like doing
actually
it.
it's actually fun because it is like trying to figure out how,
It's crazy.
how to make it all happen.
It's like doing I always equate it to it's like doing a Zelda temple and you figure stuff out, but
Yeah.
it's as a team, you know, and it's amazing. But anyway, it's very hard to do that in this
Yeah,
community because
yeah.
everybody wants, especially streaming, people just want to tell you how to do it. So I don't know if we want to get into it here. It goes back to a very long rant I had about the design of the raid. They basically level capped people so hard that they had, people the first to finish the raid. Only
Oh, this is a big deal.
3 teams finished it. Yeah, Andrea Renee was on the show.
Yeah, well, Destin was like, if you can't do it, just get good. And she's like, that's
So
a shitty thing to say. And Destin's
Yeah.
like, I hate everyone.
Right.
I'm a monster.
That's the
And
most
then
Destin thing
Pear
imaginable.
Schneider got on Twitter and was like, Destin, please stop. And he's like, fuck you, Pear. And everybody's like,
Oh
wow,
my God.
Destin's off. What do we do? And he's like, I'm in control. It's crazy.
It was
That's
something like
pretty
that.
Destin.
Yeah.
Right?
But
That's on brand.
Without going down that road, the raid is awesome. But literally, because I'm so stubborn, it's so hard to put together teams.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to get teams together at the right time to do each section. There's 5 sections of the raid blind. I had already done the first 3 pretty quickly. Getting to the 4th and getting it done was so hard. But I did it. It was like last week. It was such a cool experience. And now I'm to the last boss, Riven, and like I haven't done it. I don't know how to do it. Don't spoil it for me, but I can't wait.
Shoot him. You shoot him.
I can't wait.
Eyeballs.
So I've been
Wait till
doing that.
his eye opens, then you shoot right into.
We got to
there.
get you
That's how it
back.
works.
No,
over
here's
on
the big
Destiny
question, Fran. Is that am I going to get you back on PlayStation 4 for Division? Am I going to have to fucking put up with this
he joining the
PC
squad?
bullshit? I'm sorry, I got to fucking hunt some starfish out on Mars or some garbage in Destiny. You know what I mean?
I will say
We gotta protect DC, man.
I have become very attached to playing games on PC. But for Division, if we're gonna go all in, man,
Yeah.
I might be tempted to stay on that platform.
and this is on me more than anybody. I still got to get Kevin. Kevin wants to play Division 1 still and go get the skulls and shit.
Oh man,
Like to get the currency that carries over
I
to
don't
Division
know
2.
if I ever said I wanted to do that. You were like, let's do it. And I was like, yeah, I'm down.
I was
You're
like
just
that.
telling him that he has to do it,
I'm
basically.
telling you, we're assembling a team, a very special
Fran,
team.
when
here.
did you
wait
see
for
the
the
PC Lite? Like what? How did you see the PC Light? What happened?
PC Lite.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did
when
you get
the
drawn to
scales
PC?
fall
Oh,
from your
let me
eyes and you
just-
realize the superior mode of gaming?
Is that how you really feel? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know if you were messing around, but
Jared,
no.
you go home and play like fucking Atari 600 games. Shut up.
Listen, to be clear, there was an Atari 400, there was an Atari
Here we
800,
go.
there was an Atari 600 XL, but there was never an Atari 600.
So, look, the short answer is, man, I've been playing on PC since its incept, as much as I could. That goes back to Commodore. I used to play tape cassette loaded
Oh, no kidding.
Panasonic. Oh, yeah,
Like in a VIC-20 or a C64?
I forget the name of it. It wasn't the C64. It was Panasonic. But anyway, I've been playing PC games since I've been a youngin'.
Okay.
But what happens is, exclusive games on consoles, God of War, you're not going to play that anywhere else.
Right.
So I flock to consoles for those exclusive games. But also, at launch, the next-gen systems are pretty solid, actually.
Yeah.
Totally look good. Then you hit a point, and I can relate it back to last gen, by the way, right around, actually, Red Dead, and it was not available on PC. BioShock Infinite, when that came out, I was like, Tomb Raider, time to move. I hooked up my PC. I was like, I gotta get the higher fidelity. So that's what it's about. Eventually, the fidelity is so much better. And Destiny's a great example. Run silky smooth 60, and the fact I got to play it 30 on a console. I mean, I might feel the
trophies.
same. And get
Get them trophies. You gotta
It's
get
funny,
them
I don't
trophies,
care about
right?
trophies,
Yeah,
unfortunately. But that's why. So
Superior
that's about the
gameplay
light.
trumps trophies. I
Yeah,
mean,
and you
that's-
also love fucking mouse and keyboard and be able to check in on Discord all the
sure.
time. See
Mouse
all
and
these
keyboard
dorks
are
are doing.
shooters.
No, I actually love playing console games because like I do love sitting back and like I just finally beat Zelda, believe it or not. Like it's part of my like welcome party to like being a free agent.
Do you
now.
think one of the many reasons, but at the top of the list, IGN fired you is because of the fact you got the siren song of PC gaming?
shit. Oh,
They're like,
because
we
I was
hired him
too
as a
close.
Nintendo guy. We hired him
I
as a
got
Nintendo guy, and
There
look
we
at
go.
him. He's drifted off. He's over there talking about Minesweeper 2018.
That's true. I got too far away from the console.
Also, Pierre would
bloodline.
never fire anybody for
Fran,
talking
what's
about
game of the year?
Minesweeper.
And Fran's like, ski free. Love it.
What? Yeah, exactly.
Ski Free is a fine video game. What are you talking
Hey
about?
man, you're doing too well. Here's an abominable snowman you can't get away from.
You know what? Somebody wrote a version of that for modern computer. Like the guy that originally made Ski Free recoded it so it'll work on a modern PC.
I don't know what Ski Free is.
Yeah, you do. It was that game where like it came built, packed in on every PC, where you
Oh,
went down
you
the
go on the
mountain.
skis and you try to jump as far as possible? Or is that it? Or no?
You went down and dodging obstacles, and then eventually an abominable snowman ran out.
Also,
every time.
fun fact, if
Okay, I
you
do
hold
remember
down
that,
the F key while
Yeah.
playing, it doubles your speed and you can outrun the snowman.
No shit.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's right.
Look at
I
that.
mean,
Pro
the
gamer, Jared.
The moment you crash, he eats you. But if you can stay on your feet, he doesn't
sure,
get you.
sure. All right,
I
cool.
don't know that I made it to the snowman, apparently.
Jared,
Yes, sir.
what have you been playing
I've
outside
been-
of Red Dead?
Well, yeah, I've been playing that Red Dead, but I've also played a couple of fun things. I just started with Tyco Drum Master 4.
Oh, man.
Ye
Fran put up
olde
a video
Nintendo
of you
Switch.
today.
My Twitter, you
Oh, yeah,
practicing.
I'm really... watching me do
You're into
anything
it.
rhythmic is bad.
Oh, it was a beautiful sight.
Oh, and I was just like, like this, just like I can't do rhythms
Yeah.
good.
But,
you know.
Is it a new Tyco Drum Master?
It is a Tyco Drum. I don't know. They're Tyco Drum Master games,
I
but
know,
yes,
they're
it's a new
drums and
one.
you hit
It's
them.
new-ish. It's been out in Japan for a while.
It
I
was a
played
weird
it.
one that they
Played it
two
at
different
Anime Expo.
versions. One, a PlayStation 4 Tyco Drum Master and a Switch one dropped with different subtitles.
Yeah, well, this one has Kirby
Same
in
like
it
Wii.
and some
Kirby.
Nintendo music. Like the song I was playing when you came in was the New Donk City song. I'll be your one up girl.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. I was playing to that. But
That's awesome
I
that
am
that's in there,
terrible at
actually.
rhythm games because again, anytime I try to play an instrument or anything with a beat, I'm just I'm
good.
panicking.
Panicking, yeah.
But I like it. Tyco games are universally wonderful. If you've never played one, they
good.
are. Yeah, they are. Why do you like them, Fran?
Well, when I walked in on you playing it and found out what it was, I was like, oh, sweet. I am into it. Like, I like the idea that you can use the Joy-Cons, but I actually like the real arcade version. The actual, like, using
Yes.
the big
Big drum.
drumsticks. Oh, my God. That's why I like it. It's just the role play of playing the drums.
Next time you go back to Japan, in the town of Takayama, you can play the world's largest drums.
Oh my
They have
goodness.
Taikos the size of houses there, and they let
not
you
a
beat
game,
on them.
though.
No, it's real drums,
It's
but they are, and I'm not kidding, the size of houses. and
That's
let
how
you
they
beat on
summon
them.
Godzilla, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. The freaking, actually, I think it's
Yeah,
Mothra.
exactly.
that's
Now you're a
sung by the
racist.
Singing.
Yeah, from earlier, from the pre-show when we were talking. Kevin's calling him. He's calling him out there.
But Tyco Drum Master.
But no, they did in one of those movies. Didn't they use the drums as something?
I don't know, probably.
No, the girls sing to summon Mothra. Like,
My apologies.
Mothra!
No, that is
Like,
it.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
sirens.
Okay, so
Anyway, you
little
like-
tiny twins. Yeah. All right. Tyco Drum Master, if you're not familiar with it, is a really cute rhythm game by Namco. It's based on an arcade game. It's come home to multiple platforms. Doesn't come to America very often. It's great because it's as easy or as hard as you want it to be. There are only two fundamental moves: hit the drums on top, hit the drums on the sides.
Oh, yeah,
But
that's right.
so you only have to learn two very basic mechanics. But if you want it to get hard, they mix that up in awesome ways.
Yeah.
Those two inputs can really throw you. Or if you're not very good at rhythm games like me, you can still enjoy Tyco. And that's what I like about it. It's great for competitive. It's fun for cooperative. It's a game you can play with your kids. It's a game you can play by yourself and have a great time. You can play with controllers or with motion controls.
Oh, you can play just straight up controls.
Oh, yeah, you can play controllers
because I saw
on
you
Tyco.
playing with the Joy-Cons, and I was like, oh, that's a cool one.
Yeah, it's
Why
just
would I
buttons,
want to?
I
Why
assume.
would I want to play a game where I'm hitting drums with buttons? That's yeah, I mean, I'm being
fair.
silly, but a lot of people would. That was very dismissive of me. Anyway, Tyco Drum Master is available right now on Switch, and it's a superb rhythm game.
They're always fun.
Yeah,
Is it
it's-
like a full price game? Do you remember?
50. It's 50, and it's worth 50. It's got a great selection of songs.
It's like a lot.
Huh?
There's like it's enough meat. In
Oh
there,
yeah,
like,
there's a lot of meat in there. Yeah, there's plenty. You're not going to get bored with the Tyco game.
Nice.
They're very substantial. It's like getting an old DDR game. Like there's just a lot of content, a lot of modes, a lot of challenge levels.
Ultimately, it's about like the numbers of songs as well.
Yeah, and they have a nice library of songs in there. They really do. Unlockable little Nintendo characters. Yeah, it's fun. So that's one I've been playing.
Okay.
What about you, Greg? You ever played any of these?
No. Well, I think in a Japanese arcade when me Scala were
definitely
bumming
have.
around, I screwed around with one, but not to any like, hey, yeah, I know what I'm doing. And
I don't know if rhythm games would work for a party mode or not, but could be cute. I'm not sure.
Well, you all have to be playing at the same time. Well, it's funny in Japan. If you go to the arcade, you can play 4-player, like right?
Two-player in
you can do
Japan, side by
2-player,
side. Yeah,
which is awesome.
Yeah, you can play 2-player unless you're really horrible and mean to each other, and then you could split the 4 drumsticks up and play with 4. You know, but that's it's a.
Do you play many music games, Greg?
I mean, well, back in the day, I liked your
Guitar
rock
Hero,
bands,
sure.
your Guitar
But
Heroes.
not like
a DDR. I was never doing no.
or like what was that one from harmonic, the Amplitude and
Oh no,
Not
I
really
loved
that.
Rock Band Unplugged.
Yeah. Oh,
Superior Amplitude, everybody says. That was
That's
the
right.
PSP
That's
Rock Band.
right.
That was
That was
PSP Rock
PSP
Band.
Rock
They had
Band.
Dixie Chicks on there.
I remember this
Great
now.
downloadable thing. A lot
Are
of
you
videos. I
not
remember.
ready to make nice? Are you not ready to back down?
There you go.
Are you still mad as hell and don't have time to go round and round and round?
You know a lot of Dixie Chick lyrics. And I like that.
love the Dixie Chicks.
Wide open spaces. This is a musical episode. Tim's not here to stop us at all.
Yeah, I love it.
Jared, what's your final game you've been playing?
The last thing that I've been playing is Shin Nihon Kikaku
That's SNK.
40th
New
anniversary
Japan something.
project or planning. New Japan Planning SNK 40th anniversary edition on the Nintendo Switch. Holy cow.
You had bold words to say about it earlier.
This is one of the very best compilations of classic video games I've ever seen. And
That's
that
very bold.
one, because the quality of the library that was chosen. These are not games that have been collected to death. When you buy retro game compilations, you find them full of things that you used to be able to buy on Virtual Console or on PlayStation Network, or that came on a disc somewhere. Most of these you haven't had a chance to play in forever. So these are not games you're going to have seen for ages. They are SNK's games, not from the whole Neo Geo era, but from before that, when they had a very proud arcade tradition and also a lot of NES home ports. Do you play any of these? Do you know what's on there,
No.
Fran?
I went through I saw Akari Warriors was on there, right?
Akari Warriors is on there. All 3 Akari Warriors games.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
All those are awesome.
And in addition to, but second, and this actually feeds into that, I said 2 reasons. One's just the quality of the games, but the 2 is the package. There is so much tender loving care injected into everything from the emulator quality to the variety of, for example, if it's Akari Warriors, it's arcade, but it's also the NES port. If you want to experience the horror and terror that was NES Akari Warriors, it's there for you. You wouldn't want to do that, but it's there if you want to play it. And then you can go play the pretty good arcade game. You can find
They have both versions.
They have both versions, and that's it. There's if there was an arcade and a home version, they're both there. And so you'll have the NES port and the arcade version, which are often substantially different for these games from one another. And that's really, really cool. And both versions are emulated beautifully. And then,
Just laughing because I'm like, wait, you go get a bunch of slowdown on the NES version, right?
Well, if you're playing a game that has slowdown, then the slowdown's going to be emulated. But when I say emulated beautifully, I'm not just talking about the sound fidelity or the visual quality or the filters. All the usual filtery stuff is there, except it's better done than you usually find. But, make it look bigger, smaller, retro-y, put something over to make it look screeny, but also the fidelity of the control. That's the part that's amazing. A lot of these games had unique controls. Akari Warriors, you may remember, had a joystick that twisted. Do you remember that thing?
What?
Okay, so Akari Warriors in the arcade
had
a joystick, but the joystick rotated. It didn't just move back and forth. You could twist the joystick, and that allowed you to rotate your character.
Yeah, I was going to say, because you could do diagonal.
Right, you could do diagonal turning
shooting.
and twisting and
I
effectively
remember that.
strafing in a pre-twin stick shooter world. They have found ridiculously clever and just feels perfect ways to make that work with the Switch controls. So that
Really?
it feels right.
Wait, how do
you can't twist your Switch controller, but they got it set so it just feels right. I don't know how to explain it. You got to play it.
Don't you just press diagonally? No,
It's not the
How do you do
same.
it? But it's
the
not
guy
motion controls.
turns right. No,
It's
no,
not- it's just
no.
the
It's not motion
subtlety of the
controls.
analog.
It's using but it's just timed perfect. And I know this sounds super nerdy,
No,
but
no,
it's the difference between these games being fun and terrible.
But that's the difference between, a lot of games, period, is the fluidity of the controls and the subtlety.
Yeah.
Like I always bring up Mario as the example, but people wouldn't notice it at first, but just that little like friction slide when he turned
Yes.
around. And you wouldn't think about it. And then you go to play another game, it doesn't have that. And you're like, well, this feels stilted and lame, you know?
Exactly.
So like those little things are important. If you screw them up, you screw the game up. in my
Exactly.
opinion.
And that's what they fixed, and that's what makes it so great. Also, it's a really big library, mostly of really great games. There's some weird stuff. There's a wonderful shooter in there where you're fighting dinosaurs with an airplane. There's some really weird kind of Street Fighter meets Double Dragon fighting game in there that's really, really cool. There's a lot of really great top-down shooters because SNK
about
was great at those.
Named games, like Akari Warriors.
Akari Warriors 1, 2, and 3, POW, Iron Tanks in there,
POW's in there.
Vanguard, which is a really good arcade game that's never gotten the love that it deserves. But the standout in this batch for me is Crystalis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I've played Crystalis. I've been so long, I don't even remember.
Crystalis is what happens when somebody plays Zelda in 1986 in Japan and goes, that's great, I want to make that better. And then in 1990, they effectively create a Zelda / RPG hybrid clone. And it is a superb video game. It feels kind of like Secret of Mana. It's really, really, really colorful, bright, beautiful NES graphics. And it, again, hasn't been collected to death. It's not one of those games that's been particularly accessible. And now there's this beautiful version. The price of the pack alone is worth Crystalis. Which is just a truly standout game. But on top of all that, in addition,
What else do you have for us, Bob?
they're releasing a ton of new games next month for free.
As part of the pack.
As part of the pack.
Oh, wow,
so you
that's
get
awesome.
this, but then they're going to dump a whole bunch of games in December too, right
wow.
into it.
DLC for a
free DLC.
collection.
They're going to
Wow,
have free
all right.
DLC for the collection.
That's cool.
Yeah, because they built these awesome emulators and just going to tune it's not just like they're dumping a ROM in, they're tuning everything to work beautifully. So it's the same people that did Mega Man Legacy Collection 1, that superb collection that I love so much. It's a must play for the Switch, in my opinion.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's great that they got it right.
Yep, SNK 40th Anniversary Edition is superb.
Now, Jared, you left off probably the most important and fun game you played this week,
What's that, my friend?
Road Redemption.
I tried
True.
Road Redemption.
I didn't mention Road Redemption,
As
did
you
I?
may know, ladies and gentlemen, dozens of us have been calling for EA to re-release Road Rash in some form. And while it has fallen on deaf ears, the good people at Tripwire, EDQ Games, and Pixel Bash Studios have released Road Redemption.
They have. Road Dead Redemption.
Road Dead
Basically
Redemption.
Road Rash.
Hey, when are we
That's
going to release this game called Road Redemption? When's Red Dead come out? Yeah, put it around there so when people
Yes.
search
That's fine.
Redemption, it comes up.
Also, the blue
So what happened?
Fuck yeah, nail it, get it.
and the re-release of Road to Perdition all at the same time.
This is a $20 game on PlayStation 4 and the Nintendo Switch that is Road Rash and is, imagine if I said in 2009 someone made Road Rash and it just sat on a shelf, but now they're putting it out. That's what this game is. And that sounds like a knock. And I think at $20, you're starting to get the picture painted of what you're getting.
It is worth $19.99 and not a penny more.
I don't know about that.
It is an interest.
It's here's
We
the thing.
played together. We had fun.
We had fun, and it's another one of like, this is going to be a good party mode. Like, there's a campaign. You wouldn't catch me at home playing the campaign for fun, but hey, we need something in the back room to play. And it's fucking N64 4-player split screen. It's like, hey, all right,
You
cool.
are right. It looks like it sat on a shelf forever. And
Yeah. And
There
it's
it is.
Road Rash, and you drive and you hit each other on the left and the right, and cops roll up, and you're punching them and you're getting boost, and it's like
the $20 price point honestly gets me.
too much for
You don't like that?
Oh,
Euro-
too
you
rich
don't
for
like
your
that?
blood?
Kidding me?
That
What
Euro
if-
jank?
You're getting your $20 worth in the load times alone, Fran.
I could go buy an old version of Road Rash.
You can't plug it in. There's no trophies.
That's true.
There's no trophies.
They're on the PSP, aren't they?
Here's all I'll say. Is
Road Rash came to the PSP?
Oh yeah, there's the EA collection on PSP has Road Rash on it. I have it. I can bring it in.
okay.
Thank you, yes.
But
Yes.
nonetheless,
This is very interesting.
it's a
Yes.
pretty poorly controlling
No, I don't think it controls that bad. It controls simple. it controls simple.
Okay, fair.
You go double tap. Double
tap R2 for
to boost,
nitro.
and then it's like, hey, L2
Slide
to make
with
you
L.
tight corners.
Yeah.
But again, it does. It plays the way I remember Road Rash on the Genesis
you were
playing.
right.
You know what I mean? It's very simple.
Yeah. My first impression, I was like, oh, it's like if I popped a quarter into the old Road Rash.
Fair.
That is what it is.
Yeah.
And it is, I agree with you, it's fun on that level. I just personally, I was like, for $20, no, thank you.
I mean, you understand that I've been wanting a Road Rash forever, but long enough that when people used to get hired at IGN or get interviewed, Brudvig and I would just ask them Road Rash questions. That's how long in my professional life I've been. I've been since 2007.
When I told you Road Rash was on PSP, you looked at me as if I just told you had a son you didn't know about.
That's very upsetting that I did
but
not
it's
know
within
that.
a collection. That's messed up, man.
Yeah, exactly. It is.
But wait, what was the last? Was there Road Rash 64?
Oh yeah.
That came out.
We played it all the time
Exactly.
at Greg Miller's house.
Was that like
we had a
what-
guy that looked like Albert from WWE?
Albert from WWE.
Because there was Prince Albert, and then they started calling him Albert. He started working with Test, and then they were TNA, and Trish would come out and be like, "What? How about you guys want a little bit of TNA?" And so whenever we would play as the guy who looked like Albert and win, at the end, my friend Jason would go, "You guys just got a little bit of TNA," and we were all like, "This game's the best game." And Road Rash 64 is terrible.
Yeah, it was not good.
Terrible.
game.
I'll tell you right now, Road Redemption better than Road Rash 64.
Yeah, actually, to
that's fair.
recollection, it is.
And I had a lot of fun with the Road Rash 64.
This is
the Gamescast where Greg's like, hey, this game, not that great, but fun.
Yeah.
This is what this one is.
It's funny, you put it on the rundown. I mean, I bought it because of that. So
yeah.
you've
Wow,
done
look
your
at you
job.
doing your homework.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was ready, man.
Yeah, look at you. Wow, we're rushing.
No, I am impressed by that. But yeah, if you really wanted a Road Rash,
And I did.
then it's adequate. I think
I think it's
game.
another great party game, and it's another great game that you're gonna be able to get for free or on sale for sure.
But be ready to fall through the levels.
Did that happen? Oh, that did happen. That did happen. Yeah, you were talking
be ready
about that.
there's a lot of I mean,
I
it
was
is-
too good as first player. That never happened to me.
Yeah, he was way better than
And
me.
I had to laugh because I was thinking about, who would like it? This is a good use case if you're just in love with Road Rash, but it's aged. And I was like, well, it's great for kids. And then some of the lines.
Oh no!
Oops!
Again,
F-bombs,
not only is it, hey, this is a game that looks like it's been sitting since like 2010, 2009. It's also got that extreme. We're making an extreme motorcycle
This
game.
game has spit strings.
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
it's
the
definitely-
F-bomb came out. I was like, nope, not for kids.
God
not
bless
a
you.
family
Road Rash
affair.
is back, kind of, until we get a real Road Rash.
Yep.
Again,
Road
EA, I'll leave
Redemption.
this all behind to come make you a Road Rash. Don't worry about
Road
it.
Dead Redemption.
Don't worry, Kevin. They will never do it.
Just call it Road Dash, right? You can make that.
Yeah, well, I mean, they kind of did here.
gonna call it
Road
Road-
Redemption. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna call it Road
I'll
Dead.
call mine
Road
Road
Dead
Head.
Redemption.
Roadhead?
Yeah.
How can you
I
not call
don't think that's a good idea at all.
I like how you said it and then in
Don't say
process.
road.
Yeah, it took a
Nope.
second. I'm glad
No,
I
it is. My final game, ladies and gentlemen, is a secret game. If you are watching live right now, sadly, the embargo does not lift until this posts on Patreon tomorrow. So we have to mute our audio. There's nothing wrong with the audio. We will come back from it in a second. This is strictly now for people watching tomorrow on patreon.com/kindoffunnygames or on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames on Monday or listening on podcast services around the globe. Kevin, mute it. You're sure it's muted.
Aren't you
You're sure
terrified
that
that it's
nobody
not
sees it out there.
muted?
Here's what I would say.
Yeah.
Am I terrified? No. I'm not talking about Red Dead Redemption 3. I'm talking about
Yeah.
Tetris Effect. And if this got back to Mizuguchi, he'd be like, nah, no big whatever. Greg said he liked Tetris Effect. Then everyone knows. That's why this, Kevin's like, how long is this segment going to be? I'm like, not that long. The demo's out.
Yeah.
Everyone loves the demo. I don't know if you've played it. Have you played the demo?
I was watching Kev play it.
Yeah. Well, that's the full version.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
that's the review stuff.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
know there was a demo because I was looking forward to playing
They
this.
put out a
So,
weekend demo, yeah. Of course, Tetris Effect available in VR or non-VR. Same game. You
Geared
just choose
for
the mode
VR,
you go.
though, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's definitely meant for that because it's Mizuguchi.
Yeah.
You're on there. It's
Tripping
a
out.
trippy thing. the music.
After
yeah.
Area X, that's the only way I want to play this.
100%,
Like,
100%.
I'm holding out for that. I'm just waiting, just sitting in front of me, like, tomorrow there will be virtual Tetris.
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
It's great. It's as good as it was at E3. It's as good as it is in the demo. The new thing of zone, whether you're building the zone meter. Have you seen this?
No.
There's a zone meter. This is in the
Yeah,
obviously.
like why is it not just Tetris with like trippy effects? Like what?
Because, it's Mizuguchi, so it's got the crazy music that you'd want. It's got the crazy visuals you'd want. It's, as you're building, like, you can hear, like, as blocks are dropping and you're making the Tetrises, everything's building to that
Yeah.
crescendo, and then it
It's
hits.
the
and
Luminous
Rhythmic
type thing.
dynamism.
Totally.
Yeah,
and you're
like-
in there, and they've got a bunch of different modes in there that are, like, classic Tetris. There's no multiplayer. Kevin and I were mystified to find that today, but of course it is geared for VR, so okay. There's relaxation mode where you can't fail. All these different things. Where if it builds up, it just clears and you keep playing.
Man, you
But
just
this
give me
meter
the best idea for a VR game.
Sorry, so Journey, which is the main mode, which is like their main thing this time around as you go through the Milky Way. Trippy. You're building a zone meter that when you still hold pieces, you know, like off on the side and switch them in and out with L1, R1. But if you use L2, R2, you'll activate the zone meter, which basically doesn't clear lines for you anymore and they build up. So like you drop and you stack. So you know how normally in Tetris, the idea is you want a Tetris. So you want 4 lines cleared at once, and that's the best way to multiply your score, get the bonus points. This one would be that you have 1 line in a full zone, or you're about to have just 1 line, hit the button, drop it, and then keep building up, and it'll keep adding up rather than clearing out.
Okay.
So you drop in a long piece, right, but you only get 1 row. And then you can make 3 more rows on top of it.
It allows you to create a bigger combo.
Exactly, and you can push that way past that
Greg
and really
Miller.
get the multiplayer crazy.
Cool.
Yeah.
Does it give me the option to turn off wussy modern infinite rotation?
I won't
Tetris?
lie to you. Now, here's the thing about it. I've always loved Tetris. I've always been good at Tetris. Luminous is my game. Luminous is the puzzle game where I'm like, I fucking know this. I'm crazy about it. Let's go. So when it was Mizuguchi's doing fucking Tetris Effect, and it's like, oh my god, coming off of Luminous. You started going into this, and I'm not even sure what you're talking about.
Okay, so what I'm talking about is as the blocks are falling down the well.
Yeah.
In all modern Tetris Company Tetrises, you have the option to effectively freeze your block in a rotation. Like you can get to the bottom and just keep
spinning while you think.
rotating while you think. Exactly.
Yeah.
You can sit there and think, plan ahead. Because modern Tetrises are score based on time, that's balanced. But it's also not.
So you lose points for not making it right away.
The longer it takes for you to do things, the less you're going to score in a modern Tetris.
Okay.
So it balances out. But in classic Tetris, Game Boy Tetris, for example, you can't infinite rotate. You're forced to place, and things just get faster and faster and more frenetic. That's my preferred mode of play. I wondered if there was an option for that.
You asked me this, and then we never looked into it.
Okay.
So we need to look into that. I'm not sure for that.
Okay.
I wasn't even aware of this other option. I'm always used to Tetris where it's just like all you can do is it's coming down and you got to rotate it in. That's it.
No,
I didn't know you could,
every
freeze it.
Tetris made in the last several years works
I think
that
I
way.
vaguely remember of being allowed to do this, being mystified at the like, why would you do that?
Yeah,
It
that
seems wrong.
is an official Tetris change.
Don't like it.
Yeah.
And so you can do that for the modes I play. It's beautiful. It's Tetris. I'll tell you right, the zone thing is, for me, total mindfuckery. Like, if for some reason I was at E3, I got it, and now I don't. Where I'm like, I use it and I get 2 lines. I'm like, that was a terrible use. I gotta fucking, because I think I'm still trying to build like, hey, I want to actually make the right Tetris rather than just drop.
Yeah, even when you say I don't fully understand how it
I'll
works.
show
I
you
get
after this.
Yeah.
Come on in my back room. I'll show you all
In the
about
back.
this.
I love that you're muting this whole thing, but you're also like continually like drawing a Tetris board with your hands.
Everybody fucking knows. They don't
Everybody
care.
knows.
You know, who cares? You know what I mean? No,
Bring your
everybody's
hand up
having a
here
beer.
and
They're
it's
doing
coming
whippets.
down, and everybody knows.
Yeah. Meanwhile, at like Sony, there are people just like losing their jobs. in front of
Nobody was. No,
Greg's
nobody
sweating. He's
cares.
like,
It's
I take it
fine.
back.
Nobody's seeing this. It's all good. It'll go up in embargo. But yeah, I like
you
Tetris
like it.
Effect. I'm gonna play more of it. But it is that thing of, you saw me when the joy in my eyes when we got Luminous,
yeah.
and I just couldn't stop playing Luminous. I still can't. I still go back to it all the time. Now this is the thing of, I'll jump in and do a couple of the journey on Tetris, and then it's like, all right, back to Assassins or whatever else I want to play. It's not
See,
enrapturing me in that way.
Luminous was that way for me too. It's like I would
Luminous,
play it
dude,
for, to be fair, sometimes hours on a plane.
Yeah.
But actually, it's great to just like play for a little bit, put down, and come back to.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that was it. I was just gonna say, what I was gonna point out is, I guess it's like $35 in the store right now. I went to like go potentially buy it. And was like, oh, it's not out yet. I thought it was out, but I think it's discounted from $40 to $35 right now.
Oh,
on the
gosh,
PlayStation
cool.
Store.
Because pre-order bonuses, you get all that stuff.
Something like that.
Kevin, you played. You're over there. Yeah, you played some Tetris Effect. You're a big Tetris fan too. What do you think?
I'm excited to dive more into it. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of
this one?
Yeah, of all the like effects and how it looks when it's not in VR. In
Oh,
VR,
interesting.
In VR, holy shit! Like the beat and the light and all of it does tie in together, and like the effect is super cool. But when I'm playing it, I just like it felt like it was getting dimmer. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw that too, and I wasn't sure if that was our TV or something else.
I would just not be surprised if it was so designed for VR that everything was done there, and like when you try to take it out of it, everything starts to fall flat. Like that happens in experiences like this. So yeah, I haven't got to like see it in VR at all. I'd love to.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Next time around. Bless you,
Oh,
Kevin.
Kevin.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, and we forgot to mention, Greg, Beat Saber got a release date on PlayStation 4.
Hold on, bring us out, and then don't talk about what we just talked about. Bring us
Oh
out.
yeah.
All right, coming back. 3, 2.
And so yeah, I played Last of Us Part 2. But yeah, you said Beat Saber got a release date for PlayStation VR. We freaked out today on the Games Daily about it. We're so excited.
Awesome.
So
yeah,
excited.
Because you were talking about Tyco
I immediately
Drum Master.
congratulated them on DM, and I was like, whenever you got those codes, send them over.
Yeah.
Come on,
I'm
send
excited
them
about
Those on over.
Can't fucking
Be
wait
all
for
right.
I
that.
was reflecting on Tyco Drum Master during that. I was like, oh, you
right,
really
that
should
makes
just probably
sense.
play Beat Saber.
You got to play Tyco. You got to play Tyco. You're going to love it.
Beat
I
Saber
love
is the
Tyco.
taste of a new generation.
So-
You don't understand what it's like to be Fran and I. Now, you guys might say, man, you guys give Kevin so much shit all the time.
Yes.
Isn't it? He doesn't deserve it. You know what I mean?
would
And then
not
to which
say
I
any
would
of that.
say this one moment where literally he has it spelled out in front of him. He knows the show's going long, and it always ends with mobile gamer bullshit.
Yeah.
In which I need him to play the mobile gamer bullshit song. Cool, Greg. Thank you for jumping on this grenade. Can you please start mobile gamer bullshit since Kevin walked away? It's mobile gamer bullshit. It's mobile gamer bullshit. Jay's gonna read some stuff and we'll figure out if it's over game or not.
Ladies and gentlemen, today it is mobile game or fingernail polish color.
Fran, are you aware of what mobile gamer bullshit is?
Yes.
'Kay.
We played it briefly in the office at IGN, I believe, when he came through.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was working on. I was working
didn't know
on
it. Yeah.
one for you guys
Nice.
one day. And
Jared
bounced them
Petty,
off
will
it.
you explain to any new Gamescast listeners and viewers what mobile game or bullshit is and how good I am at it?
Absolutely, I will do that. First, what it is. Mobile Gamer Bullshit is the patent, trademark, et al., etc. show here at Kinda Funny, where we take the names of mobile games and the names of some bullshit things, mix them up, and have you determine whether it's a mobile game or something I pulled out of my butt. For example, some of the names I'm about to read are real-world mobile games for iOS, Android, etc., while others are colors of fingernail polish. None of these today are both. Our contestants will alternate positions, finding out which.
Oh, yeah, we will.
There you go. At all, etc. How good is Greg at this? Greg is very good at mobile gamer bullshit.
I'll tell you, I've never lost to Tim. I do lose to guests quite often. I don't know how that happens, but whatever.
Also, he has never defeated Nick Scarpino.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Undefeated.
Also, he's not verified on Twitter.
Oh my
Or
God.
no, Facebook.
Instagram.
No,
Instagram.
I don't, man.
it's a big deal.
Why do you let me
Are you
work
verified
here?
Instagram, Fran?
No. Why would I be? But yeah,
I don't
I'd
know.
love to be,
Fucking
but
some weird
you
ad
never
deal.
know.
You know what I mean?
All right. So
Yeah,
anyway,
that's
that's mobile game or
Hit me with
bullshit.
number one.
All right, 7 here. There we go. All right, number 1. We'll let the guests go first. I think.
Okay. He's going to steal
All
from
right,
me.
and we'll reveal these at the end. No fake descriptions this time, just names. Juice bar hopping.
Juice bar hopping?
Yes, hopping. Hopping.
Dang, this game is hard.
Yep.
All right. Juice bar hopping
Mobile
is...
game or fingernail polish color.
That's fingernail polish.
Fingernail polish color.
I am saying it's a mobile game.
Mobile game. Number 2.
I wanted to say that.
Guys and Galaxies. Greg Miller.
Ooh. I'm saying that's a mobile game.
Mobile game. Fran Mirabella.
Guys in Galaxies?
Yep.
Also fingernail polish.
Fingernail polish.
I'm gonna
Number
think
3.
they're all fingernail polish.
I have done all bullshit before. That has
Yeah,
happened.
okay.
Okay, You're not that is a possibility.
These
here.
are real fingernail polish.
yeah,
names,
nothing. None of it's
are
either one or
infinite,
the
by the
other.
way.
It's either one or the other. What's that?
Which are infinite.
Sometimes we have both. That's even worse. But
Yeah.
we're not doing any of that today. Number 3, Panda Pop.
Panda Pop. That's a mobile game.
Mobile game.
I agree with Fran. That is a mobile game.
Mobile game. Number 4, Cookie Jam.
Ooh.
That's a tough one.
That is a mobile game.
Mobile game.
Cookie Jam? Mm-hmm. Ooh, Cookie Jam. Now, I'm going to go mobile game on that one.
Mobile
'cause
game.
What color would that be?
Now,
5.
now that the answers are in, I would like to congratulate you on a correct answer because they did send us jars of cookie jam that I think that's lived in the cabinet for a long
no
time.
kidding. Okay, so you know that one.
That's a golden one. We knew that
that's
was a
too
mobile game. Good job,
bad.
Fran.
Oh, they sent you a jar
So
with
he
the
actually
game in
knows.
it. You already-
No. They just sent us a thing that was
But it was mobile
like
game coming.
it was like cookie butter. Like you know what I mean? It was weird.
That one was okay. Good.
That's all right.
My method is working.
Number 5, Chasing Rainbows.
Ooh.
Chasing. That's a mobile game.
Mobile game.
That's the first one I've questioned myself on.
Yeah,
That
you've
is the
never.
first one.
I've never seen you hesitate. Actually.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
I'm gonna have to go mobile game as well because I don't know
Mobile
how you
game.
could have multiple colors in one nail polish.
See, he's
Number
stealing
6.
my logic.
Genies and Gems.
What is it?
Genies and Gems.
Damn. I'm saying mobile game.
Mobile game.
Genies and Gems. Also gonna say a mobile game.
Mobile game.
Yeah, it feels it's like a Candy Crush ripoff.
Number 7, Susie and the Arctic Fox.
What the? Susie and the Arctic Fox. I'm always trying to envision the color on these. Susie and the Arctic. It's too much mobile game.
Okay. By the way, that's Anne with an ampersand.
What? Yeah, but and the Arctic Fox,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that's a mobile game.
Mobile game.
I'll tell you what, Jared, that's a good one too. That's another good one.
Thank
there.
you.
It is. See, it could be off of like Susie and
Because
the
I see it like being
Banshees.
like an electric blue. You know what I mean?
And maybe it's like Susie and the Banshees, but it's like more of a white blue, and so it's got nail polish.
I'm gonna say that's my only bullshit. I'm gonna say that is nail polish.
Oh, so you've gone like mobile game for all but one?
Yep.
Wow, I hadn't been looking at your score there. All right, so though the tally is in 7 questions, 7 answers. We need to go down this list now and figure out just what we have. In
That's
front of
tough,
us.
man.
Yeah.
Number one.
It's a one. It gets in your head.
It does.
Juice bar hopping.
Yeah.
That's gonna be nail polish.
Juice bar hopping. Fingernail polish.
Fran gets a point. I get none.
There we go.
Oh, I did say it was.
Yeah.
You did. You said bullshit.
So Fran 1, Greg 0. Fran takes an early lead. Number 2, Guys and Galaxies. What did you say, Greg?
I said mobile. Fran said bullshit.
Fran is correct.
Damn it.
Once again, fingernail polish. Fran takes a 2-0 lead, commanding lead.
Why can't I beat guests?
In the early game. Commanding
still might.
lead
You
in the
still
early
might.
game.
Well, now it gets interesting. Yeah.
Number
Well, actually, no, I can't.
Can you
Mathematically, I can't.
Oh, because we answered the
Then
same.
we said
on so many.
mobile for the rest, except for Susie and the
All
Arctic
right.
Fox. God
So
damn
let's go
it!
through
By the way, all of these.
You spoiled the whole like mystique.
Hey man, they know. They're paying
They
attention.
know.
All right.
They already are.
All of these OPI nail polish shades.
What is OPI?
It's a company that makes nail polish shades.
Oh, okay.
And how did I know to do this? Because Angie said, look up OPI.
Do this.
Wait, she's the real MVP.
She's the real MVP.
So let's hear
Yeah.
the rest of these, though. So
This is totally Angie. Number 3, Panda Pop. You guys are correct. That's a mobile game.
Yay!
Yeah, let's go.
Number 4, Cookie Jam. And you were correct because you got product shipped to you.
Game.
Mobile game. Chasing Rainbows.
Don't say nail polish.
OPI nail
God
polish.
dang
Yeah,
it,
but we
Greg.
both
That
got
was
that
the
one.
one. Did we
Greg
both
got
say
that
mobile
one.
game?
Yep.
Okay, what's the score?
It's well
4.
Yeah, it's 4-2. Fran.
4-2. Number 6, Genies and Gems. Mobile game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There, we both got that right as well.
Yep. And finally, Susie and the Arctic Fox. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
that is in fact a shade of nail polish.
I want to see it because it's got to be some like Susie and the Banshees reference. Or
There it
something.
is.
Susie and the Arctic Fox. So the final score, Greg Miller.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's 5-4.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
actually
Fran
close 'cause we
Mirabella
talked-
Fran
at
Mirabella
last
beats me.
achieves his revenge for your abandonment of the Imagine Games Network
can't
and
I
his
do
stewardship.
That's right.
Of
He
your
abandoned
career.
it later on.
He did.
I thought he was fired.
Everyone got fired. Everyone
We can't keep
abandoned
our
it.
stories
So
straight.
there we go.
Damn it.
Thank you, OPI Nail Polish. Please sponsor us. All right,
I
anyway.
am looking up.
Kevin,
Susie
play
and
the
Arctic
music.
Fox.
It's mobile game or bullshit. It's mobile game or bullshit. Jared's gonna read some stuff and we'll figure out if it's over me or not. Ladies and gentlemen, that's been the Kind of Funny Gamescast, episode 195. 5 weeks from episode 200, in which
Things will
nobody
happen.
knows what's going to
Yeah,
happen.
I was still wondering about
the
that.
subreddit's got a whole bunch of different things we should do, and I'm interested in it. We'll figure it out or not do any of it.
It's going to
Episode-
happen before the end of the year.
It's right before Christmas,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
So
I'm sure
this
we'll
is
all be at our
Christmas.
best. We'll all be at our best. We'll all be awake. We'll all be alert. We're gonna have lots of time to pour into this. What with the showcase coming up and
Literally 1 month from today is the Kind of Funny Game Showcase.
yeah,
God, it's so close.
That's not a lot of time. Not a lot of time at
Not a
all.
lot of time there at all.
not a lot of-
so much to do.
It's all wrapped up already in a nice bow.
Guys, thanks for joining me as always. Fran, where can people find you?
Twitch TV/FM3_.
Yeah, the Nick
Other than
Scarpino
that-
method.
Yeah, I know, right? FM3, I'm out there. Otherwise, at Fran Mirabella on Twitter.
Jared, where would you want to direct people today?
Well, I'd send them to RedDeadRadio.com for the Red Dead Redemption podcast because, hey, if you're liking cowboys, open worlds, westerns, at all, etc., it's the place to go. RedDeadRadio.com will take you to links to all of my YouTube videos as well as my Patreon, by which I eat. So if you like what I do and want to give me money, I'd appreciate it. Also, you can look forward very soon to a new episode of Hot Blip and a Jump coming up next week. I'm excited about that. And later this month, Contestants Are You Ready? A new game show, which, we're going to pilot that here toward the end of the month.
Nice.
So, and Pockets Full of Soup's coming back.
Yay, look
it's
at
coming
that.
back as an audio
Busy
show.
man.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun
Promo
month.
was
I
so
know,
much
right?
stronger
Yeah,
than
yeah,
mine.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
look at that. So,
He's been doing this a little bit longer.
If
than
you have
Independent
Amazon
life.
Prime, you might have Twitch Prime. So be sure to go out there and use it. No, okay.
but yes, thank you all very much for allowing me to do what I love for a living. And please come support my work however you can, because I need your support and
We love you,
appreciate
Jared.
it. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I like being here. It's fun.
It's fun. It's a good
this is
show.
Fun
It's a good
thing
game.
to do.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you
Good
for
fun.
having me.
If you support us on patreon.com/kindoffunnygames, of course, the fun doesn't end right now. We're going to roll into the post show. You can catch it live if you're watching live right now. You can catch it as the video version that posts every Friday. If you don't want to pay for that video version, you can pay for the audio version that doesn't have the pre and post show but has no ads. That's pretty dang cool. And if you don't want to give us any money on patreon.com/kindoffunnygames, no big deal. We post it as one big video and one big audio file that Monday, 9 a.m. Unless it gets posted on the wrong channel and then it gets deleted and gets re-uploaded. And there's a whole bunch of things. It happens, man. Whatever. You know
What
what I
channel
mean?
did it end up on?
We somehow posted it to IGN. It was weird.
That's
That's why they fired you.
I still have access.
exactly. Yeah, we still have
Yeah, that's
CMS
right.
access. Ladies and gentlemen, we love you. Until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you. Hello, post show. Kev, can I see the chat?
We have a post show?
Yeah.
Remind me
Can
of
I
my
go
You can
pee
take
real
off if
fast?
you need to. You
Oh,
can,
no,
you
I'm
can do
good.
whatever you need to. Yeah.
Just gonna go pee real
Yeah,
fast.
go.
Yeah, somebody's got to pee. You got to do it. Mobile gamer alcohol drinks. There has not been that. There really should be. So that's a really good one. Somebody suggested. I forgot to say this in the show, Greg Miller, but somebody suggested mobile game or fingernail polish color, and I don't remember who.
Well, Angie is the one who really confirmed
Well,
it.
she's
so
the one
whatever.
that did the. But I think somebody actually on the Twitter suggested it, and I didn't give.
You think
credit to
Angie's
the
just
show.
reading the tweets and then stealing the ideas and acting like they're hers?
No, I can't remember, but I feel like I feel like I forgot to give credit where it's due.
Damn.
Oh dear.
Damn.
I've just let everyone down in so many ways today.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
You let me down by not taking out the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, dude, you made me so happy. Thank you for not
Yeah,
doing
I
that.
do kind of because I like attention, and I feel like barely organized chaos is fun. And going through that wall would have been kind
No,
of
Sure,
Would have been
awesome.
bad. Would have been bad.
Yeah.
I would have had to pretend that I cared about you.
Mark
Yeah.
Freeman, thanks for still being here
The wall.
despite having no sleep.
Yeah. Oh, Big Fire by Chico. That's where the smoke is in the. Okay, I wondered why it was so smoky today. Well, now we know.
Oh, that was weird. We were
What?
walking earlier.
Yeah.
It was smoky.
I've been
Yeah.
inside all day. I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, we were.
Where
it
is
looked like this weird-
Chico in relation to us?
I don't know.
North.
Okay.
It is north of us.
But
It
yeah.
is by Humboldt County.
It had this weird
Okay,
like
that does help me,
apocalyptic
actually.
light. It had like the light that you have
The
in a
orange
zombie.
sky,
yeah, like in
yeah.
a zombie movie. Like if it's.
But it was a very light haze to the like.
Does it smell like smoke? Is it as bad as like the Napa fires? when it,
nowhere near as bad.
It was like visionary director Zack Snyder daytime. Like
Okay,
that one.
that
Yeah.
makes sense, and I can
Okay.
visualize that.
Yeah.
Mystery Eyes Man 300 says, "Is Jared wearing a Blockbuster shirt?"
Yeah, yeah. I'm wearing my
Blockbuster
box.
Alaska.
Yeah, I got this from a friend who had a cousin who worked at one of the last two Blockbuster stores in Alaska just before they closed, and it was actually before the whole Last Week Tonight thing broke. When I was working there, he was wearing one. I was like, "That shirt's amazing." I was like, "You want me to get you one?"
And you're
they
like,
sent me one.
yeah, I do.
So
And there
they
you
sell
go.
these in the store up there, but in the back we can see the Last Frontier.
It just says Blockbuster Alaska.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
getting cut
wow.
off by the chair.
Yeah, oh, by the chair. That's too bad. I did not think about that.
It's fine. So I was just telling you so maybe you could stand up, shake
Yeah.
it. Shake it up a little.
It's funny. I'm old enough that the Blockbuster shirt just seemed normal to me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's actually a pretty cool shirt.
Yeah, no, I like my Blockbuster shirt. I was very lucky to get it.
I don't know.
It was spectacular. Actually, Blockbuster was the video store I avoided back in the day because their prices were pretty darn high.
Where'd you go?
especially for
Hollywood
new
Video or
releases.
just go local?
Hollywood Video and then Family Video when they came
Oh,
along.
yeah.
They were the
we,
jam.
we didn't have Family Video when I was growing up.
Really?
Family
Yeah.
Video was great.
In Chicago? In the burbs?
It's funny they were around. You know what though? No, there was they were around there, but it must not have been in your.
Yeah,
your town.
no.
Yeah.
It was you went to Blockbuster, then Hollywood Video
local.
popped up, and then the Video Villa in Wheaton next to the Eagle. That was the other one. Mike Boylan always ended up there. We always ended up there.
Yeah,
So-
it's funny. We didn't have any of that in my hometown. It was
What'd
all
you have?
like family-owned
Yeah.
stuff. It's funny. I just forgot the name of the place.
But you had the generic black boxes with the typewritten labels on
Oh,
them.
they were all just
Yeah.
family. One was named Ramses.
Yeah,
it was like
right.
the family name video. It was like, okay.
Yeah, I'm older than you guys. We had those, and we had Errol's Video Club.
Errol's.
Errol's.
Aerodactyl's Video Club.
And the boxes
Aerodactyl.
for Errol's Video, they must have been convinced that VHSs were the most fragile things imaginable.
These
'Cause
things could stop bullets.
It came in a sarcophagus,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a styrofoam lined sarcophagus that could
Yeah,
have stopped
yeah,
a
yeah.
bullet.
That's awesome.
It was like twice the size of a videotape. It was amazing.
Yeah, like the Disney editions, right? When you get those, like,
but
Disney
bigger than those.
Jesus.
And they didn't. It wasn't
It's tablets.
clamshell. It was like it just had an end. You just slid the thing into and like
yanked it back out.
Yeah,
That's
it
fucking
was-
terrible.
I
yeah,
remember those.
yeah. They're really. You could probably Google it. It would probably have a picture of it. But
Mr. Yasman reports that Kojima's hanging with James Cameron on Instagram, so that's something's happening over there.
Okay,
Go get him,
whatever.
Kojima.
Kojima.
yeah, that could. Does that
Oh,
mean
he's got
gonna
stars in his eyes.
be disappointing blue people in the next Kojima game? Death Stranding?
No, he'll stop that.
I'm excited about the next Avatar, actually.
Snapcube says, "Yo, Jared, if I remember correctly, you're a fan of Undertale, right?"
Yep.
I can't go any further because Kevin's throwing this up.
Kevin's
while I was
blowing
No,
reading it.
those aren't them either.
You're a fan of Undertale, right? Have you managed to hear about / check out Deltarune yet in the midst of your Red Dead grind?
I've heard about it. I have not had time, and I'm not gonna have time till the end of the year. Frankly, I gotta play that Red Dead, get into that Red Dead, cover that Red Dead. I got an episode to record right after this tonight. So
Who's on today?
it's gonna be John Ryan tonight.
Awesome.
So,
Love
yeah,
that guy.
Yeah, I like that guy. He's a good
John
dude.
Ryan's a good
IGN's
man.
John Ryan. Yeah.
He's a good cowpoke, that John Ryan.
He is. He has a great He has a great cowboy hat.
You want to do? He already said he could, so if you can't, no big deal. Do you want to do Games Daily with me tomorrow?
What time is it at?
It's the normals time, so like 11:45. Be here and then be done at 1:15.
I think I'd love to. I have a call, I think, at 1, but outside of that.
We can hard it out. I can have you out by 1. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
So Fran's doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yay, more friends.
Awesome.
More Fran is here today,
I'm
and
down.
Jared's not, but it's okay.
God,
Jared's
quit my
gonna
job.
record Red Dead Radio now, and Fran's gonna go home and make his hair.
I thought you were going to say I was going to stream at least.
This
All right.
cost
Are you
me a
streaming tonight?
Paycheck.
What are you streaming
Mirabella.
tonight?
Dude, I almost always stream, and like last night I logged on to Walking Dead. It was like 11:30 p.m. I'm like, what is wrong with me? Like, I played till like 2 or whatever, but I would love to play Red Dead tonight. So we'll see. But I've always got Destiny hanging over my head, man.
Yeah, you gotta keep that going.
It's like
now you got Ghostbusters World.
And I got but I can play that while I'm streaming. You see the beauty
That's what
of
I'm
that
saying.
game?
Yeah, yeah.
Totally.
Trust me, it streams at Extra Life. It streams well.
Yeah.
People love it.
Oh, should I
People
stream
love
it?
Oh,
Should I
yeah,
try it?
totally. Yeah.
Dude, I have actually a funny story from when I was playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
I just started streaming. All my hookups were messed up, but less about that. I decided I was going to stream Pokemon Go, so I like plugged it in. And I don't know that much about Pokemon. And this actually goes back to a word that I just said recently. Aerodactyl appears. And like, I don't know, and in chat, it was my first
Everybody
like,
flips out.
and I was like,
is he?
but-
He's rare.
I guess.
Okay.
Well, now I know. Absolutely, Aerodactyl's pretty rare. But he was like down the street because that's when you could have the cheat map of like looking around and
yeah.
you could like drive out to wherever you need to go. So like I thought they were messing with me though because it was not that many in chat. At that time it was like 7 people.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
And one of them I played with. But in it, they were like, go. I'm like, you want me to unplug my phone? The screen's gonna be like rainbows and nobody's gonna be here because it's the video signal's dead.
Yeah.
And you want me to just run out? And they're like, go. The whole chat's like ran out. The stream's just sitting there, empty chair, for like 10 minutes.
That's fun.
But I like ran because it was expiring. It's crazy.
That's beautiful.
Get it?
Oh yeah, I got Aerodactyl too, and they're like,
You won the
everybody
game.
they were all mad at me after that. They're like, oh my god, you got Aerodactyl, you don't even know what you're doing, So
That's funny as hell.
yeah, won the game.
Kebab says, I was kind of wondering why Barrett decided to be at the Extra Life stream. It was great having him there.
Barrett's great.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this. We're friends with Barrett. So that's why he decided to be
He's
here.
a friend of ours.
He found a way to contribute
Exactly.
to the big,
Yeah,
beautiful
yeah, yeah.
kids.
I'm trying to remember actually.
I love him so much.
Was Barrett, Kevin? You remember? Was he part of like the whole like gameplay team originally? Right. So we had this gameplay lab.
No, he
Fredo-
wasn't gameplay.
He wasn't part of
lab.
that.
No, he wasn't
He'd
part
be,
of
he'd be
Gameplay.
like fucking 35 if he was a part of that.
Graber was part of gameplay.
No,
Lab.
yeah, Graber,
but Barrett wasn't part of
Alfredo.
it.
Barrett Courtney was in junior high. I know. I worked
Yeah.
there when the gameplay lab happened,
Yeah.
Fran. He was in junior high
I
when that
remember,
happened.
but we
We're
love
old,
Barrett.
man. We're old.
I love Barrett.
I love him too.
He still does a lot of game capture. Maybe that's where you're getting the.
Yeah, he still captures.
Well, no,
Yeah.
he is like that. His job as a gameplay producer. That's what I mean. He was on my team. Like I was trying to remember where he first started.
You're like, didn't
where
he?
came from.
Didn't he live with Barrett on and Tyrone for a while? He was like,
One of my favorite.
Didn't he used to be on Xbox News Minute that we used to do it?
him and he was helping Bowling get IGN Weekly off the ground with Chobot, right?
Watching Barrett, because we sat next to each other at IGN, watching him try to grind through Final Fantasy 1 was one of the great joys of
Oh
my
my
time
goodness.
working there.
That game's hard.
It is, especially if you don't know what you're doing, and Barrett did not.
And he's good at games, though.
He's very good
his
at
whole
games.
job.
Kebab says, okay, yes, I get that, but you're friends with Altano and he wasn't there. Brian Altano has a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian Altano has an adult life.
Yeah.
Barrett goes
been
home
busy.
and at 12:30, Andy's like, man, I want a cheesecake. And Barrett's like, get in the car.
Oh, wait, are they like roommates or something like that? No.
Yeah.
Oh, they are. That's why. That's
Yeah.
also why. Well,
Yeah.
and he's a friend.
Yeah.
Not
But
just 'cause
Barrett
they're
is
roommates.
he's a grown up. I mean, he has grown up life.
I don't know that.
He's a
I've never
grown-up.
seen it.
Kid's always dressed like he's fucking just coming out of some
I-
high school
Great
movie
hats,
shark,
great
I
hats.
feel like
cartoon.
Barrett's more grown up than I am most of the time. So, yeah.
I'll give you that. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll give you that. I'll
Yeah,
give you that.
That's
all
me.
right.
You know, I'm streaming
Not
Walking Dead
necessarily
at
nice to
midnight.
Barrett. There's no
Oh, do you want me to start the rumors again?
No.
Nope. Too
Then we should
far.
probably end the post show. Everybody, this has been the Kinda Funny Gamescast post show. Thank you for your support on patreon.com/kindafunnygames. It's our pleasure to hang out with you, do these shows for you. We love you very much. If you're live, we'll see you tomorrow on twitch.tv/kindafunnygames for all sorts of shenanigans. If you're not live and you're watching this on Patreon, there's all sorts of cool Patreon content for you to go check out. Check it out. Right, Kev?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Until next time, bye. Oh, Tim got bit on the booty by a dog.
Fanny, right?
Yeah, Fanny and booty are the same thing.
All right, Greg, do the pointing.
We're doing it here now?
Yeah, just do it now.
All right, fine. Thanks for watching the... Well, no, that's not right. Thanks for watching the Kinda Funny Gamescast, everybody. My name's Greg. I'm not the normal host. Click here to subscribe to our channel. Click here to support us on Patreon. Click here for other episodes of the Gamescast. And click here for the Ghostbusters party mode. That's Jared's, eye creeping in. There it is. That's Jared. Don't click on him for anything. He's got it. I've promoted him enough.